$40 trillion, double what it was just 10 years ago when President Trump first took office. The U.S. paying more than $1 trillion just in interest. President Trump looking to hit Iran economically as cost for the war helped fuel that debt. Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
President Trump once again trying to ramp up the pressure. Overnight announcing the U.S. will enact the most crushing economic operation ever taken, saying it will be an economic D-Day. President Trump warning any country that allows its financial institutions, businesses, airports, or government entities that help Iran evade sanctions will face tremendous economic consequences.
The FBI seized former Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell's electronic devices as a part of an ongoing criminal probe. That, according to sources familiar with the situation. A deadly midair collision at an airport just outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The NTSB investigating. This is ABC News. Investigators are still looking into the death of actress Hayden Panettiere in South Carolina.
TMZ says law enforcement sources are conducting the investigation to see if some illegality is behind the 36-year-old's death. Police report claims her on and off again boyfriend Brian Hickerson and his brother Zach were there and called 911. Yesterday, he was seen for the first time since her passing, spotted leaving a Burger King hours after Greenville police officers responded to a call for a welfare check at his family's home.
That's ABC's Trevor Alt. Still no answers in the deadly midair collision between a police helicopter and a small plane at an airport outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
The impact tore the plane apart and sheared off the helicopter tail and rotor blades before it rolled onto its side. Inside the wreckage, 2 troopers were trapped. Authorities say one trooper kicked out a window, then pulled his bleeding partner to safety.
That's ABC's Aaron Katursky. The plane pilot was killed. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
We're going to get a look at your traffic report. Also going to find out what Mayor Wilson had to say or didn't have to say about the effort to recall her. But first, we got that crash out of the way. Southbound 5 near the Tacoma Dome. But still, you got slow traffic as you approach that area, backing up towards 5. About a 30-minute drive between Bellevue and Seattle, and about an hour 10, hour 15 through Canyon Park and Kirkland. This report is brought to you by Carpet Liquidators. August is Karastan month at Carpet Liquidators. Purchase beautiful Karastan carpet and get free installation. Why pay retail? They got you covered at Carpet Liquidators.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says she has a city to run, while the recall effort against her heads for a courtroom. Wilson was asked about the recall effort yesterday.
So that is a legal process that will be playing out. I'm focused on leading the city and on making it an affordable place for people to live, and that's the work that we're here to discuss today.
The hearing is Monday, August 31st, before a King County judge. Wilson says she will not attend the hearing. Instead, she'll have her lawyers there to do the talking. 2 Seattle residents filed the petition earlier this month accusing Wilson of ignoring public safety concerns and being derelict in her duties. The judge will decide whether those allegations are sufficient to move forward. Meanwhile, according to a new Seattle Metro Chamber poll, her favorability rating is at 37% right now. That's down 20 points since April. 62% viewing Mayor Wilson unfavorably. Lakewood's police chief is on administrative leave. The News Tribune reports the city quietly placed Chief Patrick Smith on leave last week. This about 8 months after the unions representing the city's police officers, sergeants, and captains all voted no confidence in his leadership. They accused Smith of communication problems and of being disengaged. Assistant Chief David Claridge is now the acting chief. No comment from Smith. The I-5 northbound ramp to Highway 18 shut down for more than 4.5 hours early this morning. This after a car doing about 93 miles an hour tried to get away from state troopers and crashed in a field. Trooper Cameron Watts said that car burst into flames.
No seatbelts, crashing into a field. They could have easily become entrapped in that vehicle with no way out. With the suspicion of them both being inebriated, the fact that they were able to actually get out of the car in that state, it's a miracle, honestly.
The passenger had to go to the hospital. The driver has at least 1 past conviction and is now being investigated for 6 more felonies. We're getting a sobering look at the first hours of the fires that ravaged Spokane over the last month. Police have released body cam video that shows officers rushing in to help crews along the Spokane River on August 1st.
How are you doing that? Could you try to go get a rake or something for my groundskeeper so we can try to put this out?
And then they sprinted door to door through smoke-filled neighborhoods to evacuate homes.
Spokane Police Department!
They put ribbons on doorknobs to show which homes had been cleared. More than 800 homes and other buildings were lost in 3 fires, tens of thousands of acres burned, and the recovery has only just begun. Your weather forecast is calling for mostly sunny skies today, a high of 85. Mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 80. 71 degrees on Saturday. We could get some thunderstorms. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
You know, I learned something about myself last night. And it really stood out to me. And I actually giggled before I went to bed. And Ursula, I looked at the clock.
Uh-huh.
And it was 7:45.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah, it was 7:45. And the same feeling that I used to get when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh man, it's almost going to be time to go to bed.
Yeah, on Sunday night especially.
Right. Was the same feeling that I had last night at 7:45. Like, I know I got to get in. 3:30 comes way too early. And so I'm just starting off the show. I just want to ask, am I the only one? Am I the only one that just, like, I'm just too old? And I think what happens is I think it should be against the law to have to go to bed and it's still daylight. Like, I mean, it's great for people that get to continue and have fun, but I'm way too old to have the feeling that I had last night at 7:45. Like, I'm like, it's time to go to bed. So I just want to know if anybody has that feeling.
I bet a lot of people do, especially those who work really early hours. Now, you'd, by choice, get up at 3:30 or 3:45 because you work out every morning, which is quite incredible.
I think the time you wake up, that's subjective, whether it's 5:30, 6:30. But there's going to be a point, I think, that when you get ready to go to bed, there's something, it is harder to go to bed in August than it is to go to bed in October, November. Like, I'm so looking forward to wintertime, fall. I need that in my life.
Okay, text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, we are going to have a record number of interviews, I think, this show. This might be breaking a record. So let's get into it because we have a lot to talk about.
Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Pittergas Law.
Seattle teachers are warning that they could strike before the school year even begins. The Seattle Education Association and Seattle Public Schools are negotiating new contracts covering about 6,000 employees. Fox 13 reports the union says if there's no agreement by September 1st, teachers will strike. And classes are scheduled to begin on September 2nd. And the union says its biggest concerns are workload, special education, and pay. Teachers say they're being asked to do more without enough time during the workday to actually get things done.
So that we as educators can accomplish the things that we know that we need to do to best serve our kids and build relationships with our families.
Heather Barker is an educator. She's also a member of the union's bargaining team. She spoke with Fox 13 and says the union says the average Seattle teacher makes about $117,000 a year, while paraprofessionals average about $82,000.
For people who are spending their day with other people's children, we want to make sure that they have good training, that they have good pay, where they feel valued. This is really about respect.
For its part, the district says it is bargaining nearly every day, but also has to protect its long-term financial health.
I'm always on the side of teachers. I think that we collectively can all agree that our teachers in education, they are usually the first line of defense outside of our homes. When we just had on, what was it, last week or a couple weeks ago, and we had on Lisa Mannion, and we had them on, and they talked about how important school is. And I'm very always pro teachers. Thank you for what you do. You're heaven sent, all of those things. At the same time, I also understand there are concerns about workloads, and we've had this, we've talked about this. Some of these teachers are overworked. Some of these classrooms are way too much. With all of that being said, I'm tired of doing this every year. I am tired of this dance. And the reason why I'm tired of the dance, because wasn't it like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2022, when they had a strike for like 5 days during that time? And the reason why I'm tired of it is because of this. While I acknowledge the teachers, now I want to speak to the families and that parent that has to be to work at 8 a.m. I'm speaking to the people that are barely making it financially, who don't have the child care. You know what? Families deserve some type of stability too. So when this happens, and they do this every year, and it's crunch time when it happens like this, even though they've been negotiating since June, I just want to say that this impact really isn't just on the teachers, isn't really just on the school district, but it's on families too that are worried and stressed out about this.
I think you said it very well. I also love and support teachers. I also supported the McCleary decision. Remember that one? Because there was a time when I did think that Washington was not paying educators what they're worth.
Yeah.
But that 2012 ruling has had some serious ramifications. It forced the state to finally take responsibility for fully funding public education. Teacher salaries went up. A lot of changes were made. But we're in a different place right now. Do you remember when we had the district superintendent on our show and he flat out said, we're in danger of going broke?
Yep, we do.
Costs keep going up. Taxpayers are exhausted. And now we're talking about potentially delaying the first days of school. And I'm with you, Gee. It's like we need to get the kids back in school on time. And I understand there are legitimate concerns about workload and special ed. But a strike does go beyond hurting the district. It throws thousands of families into chaos. And because there's also this whole argument about whether strikes by teachers are even legal. And I don't have it in me right now to get into that whole debate. I'll be honest. But I'm just going to say the strikes are very disruptive. Families end up really paying the price, and I think teachers risk losing a lot of public goodwill very quickly if this happens. So I'm hoping that they find some kind of resolution.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, did you see this? Only 1 in 3 Seattle voters say they are confident that Mayor Katie Wilson has an effective public safety plan. And now, just 7 months into her term, she is facing this recall petition, which we've told you about, accusing her of mishandling public safety, including how she forced the police chief, Sean Barnes, to resign. And there's also complaints about her response to neighborhoods like Aurora, the CID, and Belltown. But in this polling, Gee, it looked like the whole issue about cameras were the biggest disconnect. And we've reported that the mayor has paused their expansion over privacy concerns, and she actually turned off the stadium district cameras after the World Cup. So this new Seattle Metro Chamber and Challenge Seattle poll found 74% support cameras at Seattle Center and other major gathering places. 71% want them in areas dealing with open-air drug markets and street disorder. Mayor Wilson was at an event for something else, and she was asked about the polling and the recall. And she says that the recall appears to lack merit.
So that is a legal process that will be playing out. I'm focused on leading the city and on making it an affordable place for people to live, and that's the work that we're here to discuss today.
Just to follow up on that, are you planning to be at the hearing? The date has now been set. Do you plan to be there?
I personally will not be there. I will be represented by counsel.
Ursula, you know what? In fairness to Katie Wilson, Katie Wilson didn't hide who she was. Voters knew that they were electing someone without any the traditional experience, without experience in general. They knew that this is someone who hasn't been a boss really of anything. They knew that. It was all in black and white. It was written about. They knew she hadn't managed an organization. They knew that Katie Wilson, once they voted, the people voted, that this person would be in charge of a $9 billion budget. So this is what I want. I want this to play out. Because the reason why I want it to play out, and I don't think the recall has that enough legs, and I don't want it to have legs. I want it to continue to stay this way. Because here's the bigger conversation. Sorry about this, Ursula, but I I got to say this.
Mm.
You know, when Trump ran for president, there was an increase, an uptick in black men voting for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I got some family members that voted for Trump, right? And about a month ago, some of them I'm just now talking to again, we had real discussion, real conversation. And for the first time, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I had more of an understanding as to why they did. And one of the things they told me is that, man, I was just sick of just the way things go.
Mm-hmm.
My one cousin was like, man, you know what? Every single time these progressives, they come to the cookout, they get a plate of ribs, barbecue, hang out with us, take pictures with us, come to the church, right? Put Black Lives Matter posters all around, and then they get in office and they do things totally different. And I think that lately, that has been some of the Democrats right there, because it's kind of stale, it's kind of old hat. And so what happens is you see somebody's progressive, I'm not saying Katie Wilson, but just in general. And I'm bringing this up because I just want to say, at the end of the day, Ursula, is it a priority to make these neighborhoods safer? Is it a priority right now with the bite of Seattle and that tragedy? What's the priority, everybody? Because so far, the priority has been a reason to get rid of the chief of police during a very pivotal time. So I want this to play out. I want her to continue because Seattle, you knew what you voted for. This is what you're going to get. And don't complain about no experience. You knew that before. Katie didn't hide that. You rather vote the guy that had experience. You didn't want that and for whatever reason, but you wanted this.
Yeah, I'll just say again, I voted for the guy with experience. This recall is going to go nowhere. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's not going to go anywhere. Malfeasance would have to be proven, among other things, and I don't see this succeeding. Mm-hmm. However, I don't think that the mayor would be wise to shrug it off either. I mean, she has made some big rookie mistakes at City Hall, especially surrounding public safety.
Yeah.
And even though this recall is going to fail, the frustration behind it is very real.
Mm-hmm.
And if she treats every criticism as something to dismiss instead of something to learn from, i.e.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown. And if, the ones that leave, like, bye.
She needs to take the polling to heart, make some corrections while it's still relatively early on, listen to people as to what they're saying, the city council on this camera thing especially. Yes, there are privacy concerns, but the city council, previous to Mayor Wilson getting into office, had already addressed them. And again, this is not something to be dismissive about. I mean, I will say that her answer was generally a non-answer, and she said that she is staying focused on an effective public safety plan. So I want her to succeed.
I mean, I think all the people and you living here and all that stuff, I think everybody wants her to succeed, right? But the truth of the matter is, here's the truth. She doesn't have to get better. She does not have to be better at what she does. She literally had an entire city that said, well, not an entire city. I didn't mean there, but by 2,000 votes.
Yes.
Right?
2,000.
2,000 votes, right? But she had a group of folks. There's still a group of folks that still support her, right? Why?
It's dwindling, according to this poll. Remember,
right.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have to. All she has to do from now until the rest of her term is to continue to say, hey, I'm trying to get an understanding. Hey, we've been consulted. Hey, we're doing a review. Hey, all of these things. She does not have to do any type of action. She can kick the can down the road, right? And when it comes to public safety and fairness, respectfully, Katie Wilson was a part of the defund the police crew. Y'all act like it's not a secret. So that's why I'm not saying nothing bad towards her, because you knew this. And so now you're clutching pearls and shocked that public safety isn't a top priority. You guys are shocked. Well, by the way, you guys are shocked that the whole thing with Seattle police and their response to the bite? There's miscommunication? You guys are shocked that Detective Brian Pritchard, the sergeant that was on time, like there's miscommunication or not knowing the delay? Like, you can't be shocked that public safety is not number one coming from this administration. Nothing's going to change.
Well, and that's my point, Gee. It's still early in her administration. She needs to listen. She needs to hear the people out and make changes now. The recall is not going to work unless something miraculous happens. But again, she can't dismiss what the polling is saying. Okay, and by the way, coming up in the next segment, speaking of the mayor, she is on a video that we're going to be talking about.
Oh, yeah. You know, Suge Knight was telling people and warning about folks all up in the videos and stuff like that. But
So anyway, so we'll have that coming up. But let's talk about something positive, because Soundview Little League, our very favorite baseball team, is off to a great start at the World Series.
Northwest! Northwest! Let's go!
The Tacoma team beat Alabama 2-0 in extra innings yesterday after Frankie McCabe and Winston Weaver combined to allow just one hit. Kaysen Workman's 7th inning single helped bring home both runs.
Right.
And Soundview moves on to play Texas tomorrow.
You know, Ursula, I like how you said on to good news, because I really want to explain that. You know, when we come on, we do our show, Ursula, it's sometimes you just got to find that stuff that's some good news. And Little League down there, Tacoma out here representing on the national stage. They won game one. Yes, that's beautiful. And then now we get to talk to them again. Today we get to talk to my man Dan, the dad, and I got some fun questions that I want to ask him.
10:30.
10:30, he's going to be jumping on. But you just gotta love that, right? You gotta love representing Tacoma, and I hope that if you live in Seattle or wherever, that you are still rooting for the good people down in Tacoma to win that Little League. And by the way, I never got a chance to go to the World Series.
Well, you wouldn't even tell us that story
because it hurts. No. I'll tell you what happened.
Was baseball a big sport for you growing up?
It was my first love.
Oh.
It was my first love.
Because you really did seem to be really enjoying our interview with the dad who we're going to have on at 10:30.
We were up. I don't remember the score, but I know we were up by 2 runs. Pitcher we had, Ray Vaughn, respectfully, walked a lot of bases. And bases were loaded. And so then we brought in Keith. Keith was our ace. Incredible pitcher. Incredible. Well, by this
time, the
time,
bottom of the last inning?
Yes. Okay. Yes, we were up by 2. Keith gets up, and he did walk a batter. Boom. Then we got 2 outs. Long story short, it's a 3-2 count. 3-2. I'm the catcher. I don't snatch. I don't do anything. I got it right here. And when Keith threw it and it hit, and I didn't want to move because sometimes, the umpire gets you.
Yeah.
I held it, and I didn't hear the ump say anything. And he finally said, that's it. And they won.
Oh, no.
And they won by 1.
Just to look at your face as you were describing that.
It still hurts. I didn't even want to tell that story.
What would have happened if
we would have gone on and we'd have went and played for the regional in the Midwest, and then we'd have headed. Yeah.
My youngest son still kind of gives me a bad time about making him play baseball 1 extra year because he was so good.
Yeah.
He was so good, but he was like, I'm miserable, and he was pitcher, and having that much pressure. It's just too much. I love how you shared that, though.
Oh, yeah, Mike and Bothell. The Mariners won. That's good news. Coming up next, Chris Sullivan joins us not to talk about his new word that he learned today. He's going to come in and explain the new hoops about Washington drivers and what they have to go through to get the license. But up next, Jillian Rathbury comes in and explains her scoop on the mayor's dancing skills and inappropriate approved performance at Seattle Public Schools. Next, Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
You've worked hard, saved diligently, and now retirement is on the horizon. But will your nest egg go the distance? With rising cost and uncertain markets, there's no time for oversimplified plans. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Others doubted us. Others didn't believe. But for us,
we did not care.
We showed the world what this city is all about.
Congratulations, your Seahawks, Super Bowl 60 champion.
This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Seahawks.com today.
When you see this in your kitchen.
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
So, what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain.
DayandNight.net.
Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. Negotiations have resumed between Seattle teachers and the school district. Ballard High School science teacher and union rep India Carlson says she wants a deal so she can focus on getting ready for students.
We need a contract so that I can focus on getting ready for school, finishing up getting my classroom and the greenhouse and the garden ready for students.
Her message posted on the Seattle Education Association Facebook page. Issues on the table include pay, workload, planning time, class sizes, and staffing. Current contract expires on August 31st. School is scheduled to start the next day. Seattle Public Schools says it wants a deal, but also says it has to keep the district's finances in mind. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson promising faster permits as part of a broader push to build more housing. Her new executive order creates a task force looking at affordable housing, design review, and keeping people from being priced out of their neighborhoods. The task force is expected to deliver its first recommendations next February. At yesterday's news conference about this, she refused to talk about the effort to get her recalled, saying she's focused on leading the city. Hearing on that recall is set for August 31st. Wilson says she won't be there, but her lawyers will. Gas prices continue their slow rise at a time when prices usually stabilize or even start to fall. AAA reports the average for a gallon in Washington 2 cents higher overnight at $5.22, 21 cents higher in the past month. Diesel's up 33 cents in a month to $6.29. National average $5.50. It's the highest since the end of May. And according to analysts at Gas Buddy, diesel could soon get close to record levels again because of tensions with Iran. An air quality alert issued for a pretty big area in central and northeastern Washington, including Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Kashmir, and Chelan to Omak, Okanagan, and Tonasket. The Department of Ecology does not have an expiration because of an incredible amount of smoke the state's two biggest fires are giving off right now. The air in those parts of the state are unhealthy. Experts say people should do everything they can to reduce their exposure to it. Well, the Mariners had quite the bounce back in their series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They got a win yesterday, one day after that 22-0 loss.
Munoz ready. The pitch. Swung on, bounding a ball to shortstop. Rodden has it, sets his feet, whips it to first in time. That's the ball game. Mariners get the win 7-5. Andres Munoz, save number 100 in a Mariners uniform. Only the fourth pitcher all time with 100 saves or more as a Mariner.
M's play the Brewers again today at 11:10. You can catch that on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Wall Street right now, the Dow down 451 points, the S&P down 34, and the NASDAQ down 229. KIRO News Radio traffic, getting word of a crash on Highway 8 eastbound near Highway 101. Left lane blocked there at last check. Otherwise, just some minor delays. Linwood to Seattle take you about 46 minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes longer than normal. And pretty much same thing on Seattle to Bellevue routes via I-90. It'll take you an extra 4 or 5 minutes, about 20-minute drive that way. If you're using 520, it's about a normal drive for this time of the day. Weather forecast, mostly sunny, 85 this afternoon. Tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine with a high of 80. It's 65 right now in downtown Seattle. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Nick. Way to start it off.
Didn't we say yesterday we're going to do a little sitcom, a TV show music today?
You know what? I'm going home.
Do we need it?
I'm going home today, watch Sanford and Son. Thanks, Nick.
Welcome to the Gee and Ursula Show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Just a reminder, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is open for you. Make your suggestions about some TV theme songs that you would like to hear.
Frank said 21 Jump Street when you get a chance. Thank you, Nick, for this. Appreciate you.
Yes, but let's talk about Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson again. There are some dance moves that are in the news right now, but there's a lot more to this story. And some who work with young people are really worried about the message that is being sent by the mayor taking part in this particular video. So we have our reporter, Jillian Raftery, looking into this, and she joins us live.
Thank you. You know, a lot of people have seen the video, Mayor Katie Wilson dancing with an up-and-coming Seattle rapper at a community event. Here's a clip from that.
West Coast, but I'm not from LA. No, I'm not from the Bay.
You might have seen it on Instagram. You might have seen it on 90.3. It's kind of got an underground following. And of course, the dorky dancing has been kind of making the rounds on social media. Her team called it an impromptu boogie when I asked about it. They explained it was happening at a Seattle Somali Week soccer event. But then someone pointed my attention to this new track of Y2K's posted on his Instagram page the same day as the video with the mayor.
2 GGs, I'm glizzy up. Can't with us. They tweaking, we humble up. No.
So Y2K himself isn't singing that particular line, but glizzied up means a Glock, and that's what it looks like someone is flashing in the video along with other guns. And I saw a bunch of other videos where they're flashing guns and talking about drugs, like this one. So I wanted to play that whole thing for you because, you know, it's in the field trying to catch them with that 9mm. You don't see me with nobody unless it's my blank. So talking about guns, talking about beefs. And so I took a listen back at the lyrics of the original song that was posted, SEA, the one that's, you know, having the moment where the mayor's dancing to. It's billed as an anthem and a love letter to the city, but it also has this line.
The rain and the cold made all of my savage. Don't think that we lacking. I got a 19 button on in this North Face jacket.
So that's a 19 in my North Face jacket. For those who don't know, that's a Glock 19, really popular semi-automatic used for concealed carry. And in the official music video, that's also where he flashes a gun. The official dance that I've seen repeated a bunch of times in social media videos involves covering your face like you're crying and then sticking your arms out like you're firing a gun. There were so many comments on that original dance video criticizing the mayor that Y2K posted another one actually defending her.
Whatever, at the end of the day, that's still our mayor, and I'm a supporter. Gang.
I also learned that Y2K performed at an assembly at Cleveland High School at the end of the year.
Okay, so I know that you've been working, and first of all, I'm going to give the mayor grace on the dancing part. As far as being awkward or whatever, I'm an awkward dancer, so that's not the focus here. The focus is, why is the mayor on a video where someone has a known history of promoting gun use, when the mayor's all about reducing gun violence and public safety?
And I want to clarify, you're right on the money. Good journalism isn't about calling someone out for a dance move or saying, oh my gosh, look at this rap music. It's about, you know, the message that is sent to young people where they're flashing guns, they're talking about beefs. And the people that I talk to who are concerned about this, you know, this is particularly the issue that young people around Seattle, particularly with the Rainier Beach shootings, have been dealing with. Young people who have beefs, who are solving it with guns. I talked to a variety of people who work in nonprofits that deal with violence interruption. And a lot of them were very leery about commenting because they are funded by the city. But one person, you know, spoke to me on the condition of anonymity and said this was really troubling to him. He is a former educator. He's a leader at a nonprofit. And he said to me, really indicative that, and this may be a controversial thing, but he said this, I don't think there's any black people who vetted this. He thought that this was indicative of lack of diversity. The mayor's team, again, called it an impromptu boogie and said that they wanted to promote unity, celebrate diversity, and uplift underserved communities. They said they were not endorsing the Y2K overarching message.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of questions.
So, here's my first question. Did they like the video?
They didn't comment on the video.
Yeah. Did they on social media? Was there a like?
Oh, yes. So the mayor was tagged in the video, and the mayor's account liked the video.
Okay. And then after that, did they have any comment? Like, I don't know. Are they working with Y2K? Because I noticed, I've seen the videos and everything like that. Are they trying to understand what's going on with, because there's guns and cash that's in the video. Is the mayor's office working to better understand that? Or did they have a comment about that in general?
So they're not working with Y2K. This was totally informal, they say, and they wanted to make that distinction.
Okay.
This is not part of a music video. This is not part of a partnership. Nothing like that. They said this was just completely, she met him that day. He wanted to dance with her, and she did. She said it was about community and about community roots.
Well, this is also an artist who has appeared at a Seattle public school, which has also been dealing with gun violence.
Yeah, he performed at Cleveland High School June 9th, their end of year's celebrations. The kids were really excited to see him. And I get that, but I also kind of question, Seattle Public Schools says they vetted him. And he delivered a positively received performance. This is directly from the statement that they sent me. But again, the people that I've talked to are questioning whether there are adults who are doing not just vetting of the person, but the message.
Jillian, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Before we go, Ursula, on this conversation, because, it's interesting. I wonder what Charlie Harger and Amanda and I, we've been doing this thing where we asked G from 20 years ago, right? And then G today. And I wonder where I would be on this topic 20-something years ago as opposed to right now. And well, first, we talk about it, you know better, you do better. And here's the thing. Music, okay, do your thing on the music. Rap, all that. I don't, the lyrics, all that kind of stuff. At the same time, I think that we are today dealing with very serious times where public safety is, more and more, we need to make that a top priority. And so I'm assuming that was an impromptu boogie, if you will, right? That was an impromptu, hey, the music's going, the camera's going, okay, you get into that. I just wonder if the mayor's office going forward will learn a lesson from this, right? Learn a lesson where this could happen, like, oh, well, the mayor was rocking with them in the video, or they took a picture with them at this time, so it's all good.
Yeah. Do a better job vetting, and the other part would be, I think people will understand that you are promoting and supporting diversity by your actions that go beyond something as surface as this.
Yes, Ursula, you talked about you being an awkward dancer, but at least, here's the thing, Ursula, at least you just don't do that when you go to the cookout. You see what I'm saying? And so I said this earlier on the show, right? That's the problem. That folks show up to the cookout, they get in the videos and they want to dance. Or you remember back in the day, you remember Hillary Clinton? You remember what she did? Didn't she?
The little purse down.
Ah, there you go,
Hey, look
Chef.
right here.
Look right here in my purse. What did Hillary Clinton have in her purse? Some Louisiana hot sauce. Bruh. Just performing this stuff. Hey, shout out to you, Nick. Nick, you killing it, man. You killing it with the
I'm getting the text. There's a lot of suggestions out there.
Ernie and Kent love the San Francisco. Coming up next, Chris Sullivan comes in to explain new hoops Washington drivers will have to jump through to get their license. Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO Newsradio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you. I've been driving this new 2026 Subaru Forester Touring Hybrid from Carter Subaru, and I recently found out how much it can actually hold. So I have a beautiful great nephew. His name is George. He's named after my late brother, George, and he is absolutely adorable. And I had his car seat, his stroller, all his toys, bags, and all other equipment required to transport one very small guy. And everything fit in the Subaru Forester. It has the space I need for taking care of future grandkids, plus a hands-free power rear gate that makes loading all that kid stuff so much easier. Inside, there's also an 11.5-inch touchscreen with navigation. George loved that. He also loved that there was plenty of room for mom and dad and for everyone else who wanted to get into the vehicle. For a limited time, you can get a 2026 Subaru Crosstrek at Carter Subaru, starting at 1.9% financing for 36 months on approved credit. Carter Subaru in Ballard, Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 8/31/26.
I want a woman. I want a big girl.
See the hysterical Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias when he takes the stage at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Saturday, August 29th at 5:30 and 9:30 p.m.
This way, we both can agree on the temperature of the thermostat.
He's sold out stadiums around the world, and now he's coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort on August 29th. Get tickets before they're gone to laugh out loud with Gabriel Iglesias at muckleshootcasino.com.
Summer is for letting it rip.
Swung on and missed, ripped it right by it. 7 scoreless innings. Marvelous Miller again.
Summer is for showing out.
Swing and a miss. Woo, 6 up and 6 down.
Summer is for Mariners baseball.
Logan Gilbert, he's knocked down a dozen in a row.
So call your favorite Walter and head to T-Mobile Park because our pitchers are rolling. From George Kirby to Senor Smoke.
Up in the attic at 101. Nothing but the Express tonight for Andres Munoz.
Matilda would be proud. Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
The Mariners are back in town starting tomorrow. Don't miss out on 2 great interleague series at T-Mobile Park as Julio and the crew square off against the Chicago Cubs tomorrow through Sunday and the Philadelphia Phillies Monday through Wednesday. Get your tickets for these 2 marquee matchups today at mariners.com.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Guys, if you have low energy or reduced drive, it could be low testosterone. At Revive Health here in Seattle, start with a free testosterone exam and consultation with an experienced medical provider. And for a limited time, qualified patients can get started with a free month of TRT. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivehealth.com.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, You'll be sorry.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Oh, hey, Nick, I'm cooked. I'm done. Man, hey, Gen X.
You want to go on a high note, yeah.
Fellas, on a Friday, Night Rider, man. And you show up to school on Monday, and you're literally talking about what? Oh, man.
I thought this was fitting for our night riding conduit over there.
Yes.
What you got? What's up, Sally?
Well, it's going to get a lot more difficult for Washington drivers to get a license, right?
Yeah, there's a new safety course that starts in September for anybody who wants a new license. We're talking anybody 25 or under is going to have to take this new work zone and first responder safety class free. It'll eventually be folded into driver's ed, but anyone 25 or under, so they're really targeting young drivers. And the other thing they're doing, starting in January, they're going to start requiring driver's ed for older and older people. What's
older?
Well, like older young drivers. So in other words, now, if you don't get driver's ed in high school, you can go at 18 and go grab a license just by passing the test. Next year at 18, you're going to have to take driver's ed. And they're going to phase in an extra year every year until 2030. So eventually anyone 22 years or under, so basically if you're up to 21, you're going to have to take driver's ed before you get a driver's license. So that's an extra $1,000 you're going to have to foot, most likely. Who knows what it's going to cost then. Man. So older and older drivers are going to have to do that. Now, of course,
what is driving this?
Safety,
no pun intended.
Because the statistics are pretty clear. Young drivers are really dumb behind the wheel. Not that middle-aged drivers or older drivers are not dumb behind the wheel, but they make a lot of really, really bad mistakes that end up in really, really fatal crashes. And so they're just trying to add a little extra education, and especially for those who don't end up taking driver's ed. Driver's ed works. It's helpful, but it's expensive. And so they're working on a voucher program. They're going to work on that too. So the goal right now is they're targeting younger drivers and making it a little bit more difficult to get that first license to make sure they're safe when they get out there and start driving alone. Of course, Gee, you and I have talked about this too. Should we be focusing at the other end of the spectrum? Young drivers are bad, but I had a tough time taking the keys away from my dad when he was showing dementia but would still be driving. It's a hard thing. Should older drivers have to be tested? Do you think we should test older and older drivers? I think we should. I wouldn't mind taking a test every 10 years.
Gee, you look hesitant.
What do you think?
Because Sully, I'm really mad at you right now.
Oh no!
Because I'm the one on the show that's going to say the things that uncomfortable and get people mad at me. I'm scared of this topic. I ain't touching this.
Okay,
Ursula,
well, I'm the eldest in here.
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
I will say, at some point in time, I would be okay, and I think it would be good for my own safety.
You doing
and
it?
for others to test me. Yes.
Maybe just a written test.
Yes.
Instead of just the eye test.
Yes.
Because the laws change, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Just a written test. Maybe not going out and doing the driving one, because we already test the eyes and things. But if you go in, your laws have changed. Obviously, there are new laws relating to marijuana. That we have new work zone cameras. We have new speeding cameras. We have, we have HOV lanes now. We have express toll lanes now. We have double roundabouts. We have things that have changed since someone my age got a driver's license. So I think. What do you think? I mean, or at least a written test every 10 years, just to prove that you at least are reminded.
So you going written and driven?
Driving? I think it should include driving.
Okay, that might.
And the reason I say that, but at what age are we talking about? And I would say 70 is a good time to start.
Yeah.
And you know what? I agree that there are people who are 30 who drive worse than someone who's 80. I absolutely agree with that. But you cannot deny that there are things that happen as we get older, and whether it's reflexes. We had a tough time getting my dad's driver's license. It was literally after
one of the worst
conversations
accidents or things you have to do for an older parent. It's just so difficult.
Just not just driving. Just I can say to you, I am so much more clumsy today than I've ever been in my life. Like, I find myself just dropping things often. And is that a normal? Like, the older you get, the clump. Like,
gee, you're also,
I will tell you, as the second oldest person in the room, yes. No, you're true. It does.
Hold on.
It has,
Wait a minute. I know I'm 50, but I know.
Yes.
I be dropping stuff, knocking stuff over. When I was younger, and at Wendy's, for some reason, my childhood memories at Wendy's, I always spilled my soda. I'm spilling stuff today more and more, Ursula.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into it, but yeah, there are a lot of things that are just a little different.
And the laws change. So it's just a reminder.
Absolutely. And this is not meant to be age
Maybe teach
discrimination
zipper
at all.
merging to 70-year-olds. Zipper merging would be great.
30-year-olds.
I think everybody needs to learn how to zipper merge.
Exactly. We've got something, though. We're going to do something really fun toward the end of the show, but we need your feedback. Thank you, Sully.
I'm feeling it right
yes,
now.
Exactly. It's about the theme songs. Everyone's
A-team.
weighing in with their favorite TV theme songs. So what is the best theme song of all time?
That's a good one, Ursula.
G knows from KIRO Nights. I know we got to go. What was I always watching before I joined you on KIRO? Chips. Heck yeah. Watch that any chance I get.
That's right. Eric Estrada and them. Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, you guys got to stick around. Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle comes on to explain her organization's financials. We do that next. Gee Ursula.
Are you looking to buy a house, but like everyone, you're priced out of the Bellevue, Kirkland, and Seattle market? Many buyers have the income, the credit, and the desire to own, but simply don't have the down payment, often at least $75,000 just for a starter home. Hi, I'm Scott Reutin, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue with a great opportunity for home buyers. Introducing our Legacy Opportunity Loan. Legacy Group Capital has a select group of 100 new construction, single-family, and townhomes in the top Western Washington locations. Acquire a new construction home with no down payment, allowable closing costs paid, and a competitive rate. Yes, that's no down payment and some closing costs paid by Legacy. A wise man once said, the hardest part of winning in real estate is just getting in. And now you can with our Legacy Opportunity Loan. So get in the game.
Limited properties available to qualified Washington borrowers. Learn more about this limited opportunity at LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital LLC at MLS ID 99045. Visit LegacyG.com for additional program details.
Everyone always asks me, what were your top reasons for choosing Advanced Hair? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. Okay, first off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and I'm living proof those results are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge quality experience that blew away my expectations. And lastly, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. It is quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for that special savings opportunity, well, it's here. Advanced Hair's Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details to schedule your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
If you are over 62 and have been putting off a reverse mortgage, this may be the right time to take a closer look. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. After nearly 20 years on the air, I'm retiring from radio advertising after September. I'm still helping clients, and if you want to work directly with me, now is the time to call. 425-649-6000. Our reverse mortgage could help eliminate your mortgage payments, pay off debts, and give you more breathing room every month. It's not right for everyone, but for the right person, it can be a very smart financial tool. When you call Best Mortgage for a free consultation, you speak directly with me. I'll explain your options, answer your questions, and tell you honestly whether it makes sense for your situation. If you've been thinking about a reverse mortgage, don't keep putting it off. Call me today at 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. The FBI has seized the cell phone of former Congressman Eric Swalwell at San Francisco International Airport, and they served a search warrant at his D.C. home, part of a criminal investigation, according to ABC News sources. Oil prices are surging again as President Trump threatens Iran with an economic D-Day. The USS George Washington has arrived in the Mideast to end the long deployment for the USS Abraham Lincoln. Power's been out for a week after storms in Indiana and could be out a whole lot longer, says Utilities President Melody Birmingham.
These are lines that ordinarily take us in systems that ordinarily take weeks or months that we are trying to accomplish in days and or weeks.
Jurors were sent home early today in Massachusetts as they await the closing instructions tomorrow in the trial of Lindsay Clancy, who says she was in the throes of postpartum psychosis when she fatally strangled her 3 children. This is ABC News. Sources tell ABC News that the DEA is now joining the death investigation into the Heroes actress Hayden Panettiere. ABC's Trevor Alt with details from L.A.
TMZ says law enforcement sources are conducting the investigation to see if some illegality is behind the 36-year-old's death. Police report claims her on and off again boyfriend Brian Hickerson and his brother Zach were there and called 911. Yesterday, he was seen for the first time since her passing, spotted leaving a Burger King hours after Greenville police officers responded to a call for a welfare check at his family's home.
And police say their preliminary investigation has found no signs of foul play at the scene of Hayden's death. The FDA is upgrading the recall of frozen berries. Greenwise organic whole berries and whole mixed berries could be contaminated with E. coli. They were sold at Publix supermarkets across 8 states. The CDC reporting 12 people have gotten sick so far. I'm Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Seattle's mayor says she's not focused on the effort to get her recalled. We'll tell you what she is focused on. First, though, let's get a look at the roads. Got a couple things that could slow you down going on right now. Got a car versus a cable barrier crash blocking the left lane of SR 8 before Shaker Church Road. Nobody was hurt, and the State Patrol says the vehicle was abandoned there, so they'll have to repair that cable barrier and then get that car out of the way. Meanwhile, we've got another crash on SR 18 westbound. This, at last check, was partially blocking near Highway 3. Watch for some delays in that area as well. This traffic report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Save $588 on every window and $1,088 on every door, plus free heat deflecting glass. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says she's focused on City Hall, not the effort to kick her out of it. At a housing task force event on Wednesday, reporters did manage to get a couple questions in about the recall.
So that is a legal process that will be playing out. I'm focused on leading the city and on making it an affordable place for people to live, and that's the work that we're here to discuss today.
Just to follow up on that, are you planning to be at the hearing? The date has now been set. Do you plan to be there?
I personally will not be there. I will be represented by counsel.
That hearing is Monday, August 31st. 2 Seattle residents filed the petition earlier this month, accusing Wilson of ignoring public safety concerns and being derelict in her duties. The King County judge will decide whether those allegations are legally and factually sufficient to move forward, not whether Wilson should actually be recalled. That would ultimately be up to voters. Meanwhile, a new Seattle Metro Chamber poll puts her favorability rating at 37%. That's down 20 points since April. Police say the fact he survived is a miracle. State Trooper Cameron Watts says about 1 o'clock this morning, a driver was clocked going 93 miles an hour, tried to get away from the State Patrol by taking the I-5 northbound ramp to Highway 18 in Federal Way.
But instead went straight into a field. That vehicle caught fire, but both occupants were able to make it out of the vehicle before it became fully engulfed.
Passenger had to go to the hospital. Driver was arrested, and he has at least one prior DUI conviction and was supposed to have an ignition interlock device on his car. Major changes are coming for young drivers this fall. Anybody under the age of 25 getting their first Washington driver's license will need to pass the new work zone and first responder course. It's a free hour-long course on what to do in those situations.
We believe it's going to improve driving fewer accidents, fewer fatalities, more safety on the road.
Department of Licensing Nathan Olson says older drivers will now have to take the driver's education before getting their licenses. This starts with 18-year-olds in January. That age requirement goes up every year until 2030, when anybody under 22 will have to take driving classes to get a license. Your weather forecast calling for mostly sunny skies today. We should hit 85 degrees. Cool down just a little bit tomorrow, 80 or so, mix of clouds and sunshine. And then over the weekend, we're into the 70s. On Saturday, clouds early on, scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then the clouds will kind of taper off later in the day. And then Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, possibly a few showers early in the day on Sunday, with a high of 74. It's 65 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay. KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
You know, I just want to thank Nick for what he did the first hour. And the whole idea is Nick has been playing theme songs from, lately he's been touching the 70s, he's hit the 80s and all that stuff.
I think he's catering it to you because he's really hitting it for you.
I'm looking at the text line, too. There's been some recommendations for back in the day.
So, and by the way, at 11:47 today, we're going to keep having this conversation, and we're going to ultimately come up. What is the best theme song, TV show theme song of all time? And in fairness, you got to throw the Brady Bunch in there. Here's a story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are songs.
I think that's one of the, it's one of the most catchy for sure, but is that one of the best?
It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a catchy one. And I just got to say, because Ernie and Kent said how much he's in a good mood just to listen to the 70s and 80s. Like, it really has put me in a really good mood in preparation to do our show. So good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Well, we are waiting to get the okay from our producer about an upcoming guest.
Yeah.
We are going to do something a little bit different. But just a reminder, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
And I want to go to Lakewood because the police chief over there is now on administrative leave months after his own officers and command staff said they had lost confidence in his leadership. The News Tribune is reporting that Chief Patrick Smith was placed on leave on August 14th while the city reviews the no confidence votes and what it calls multiple investigative reports. Police unions voted against him last December, accusing him of keeping to himself and isolating himself from daily operations, not communicating with staff and allowing staffing problems to get a lot worse. And they also blasted him for his unexplained removal of former Assistant Chief John Unfred, who later got a settlement worth more than $400,000. Now, Smith has previously called the union complaints a personal attack and pointed to falling crime as evidence that his department was performing well. But now they've got an assistant chief, David Claridge, who is now serving as the active chief in Lakewood.
You know, I don't really know too much about, I don't know anything about this chief. I've even sent text messages to people down in the Lakewood area and asked what they know, and they responded back, don't know anything either. So because I don't know anything, and other than he's on leave right now and there's been alleged complaints and all those things, I'm going to not really respond because I don't have anything to go on. So I'm not going to defend him or I'm not going to condemn him. But I will say that, Ursula, when things like this happen and they come out and there's really no details and we don't have anything to go on, the thing that's kind of frustrating about stories like this is that usually, like, before the actual investigation happens or what needs the findings happen, it's almost like the court of public opinion is like completely negative. Like, so whatever this is negative. He must have did bad in order for people to have a vote of no confidence and all those things. And I don't really know the story.
Well, the only thing that I wanted to say just about Lakewood, Lakewood has had, for a very small police department, has had to go through a huge amount of trauma.
Yeah.
You remember 4 officers were ambushed and murdered in 2009, the Lakewood 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was an officer who later stole more than $100,000 from the memorial fund. Another officer died by suicide. Chief Brett Farrar, who was beloved, he carried the department through the Lakewood 4 murders. He died of cancer at only 59 years old. Then in 2021, the department lost about 20% of its personnel to retirements. And then now they've got this leadership crisis. And ultimately, whatever this investigation finds about this chief, the Lakewood officers and the community deserve a lot more stability. And I think this department has been through enough. And you know, we don't often talk about Lakewood, but seeing something like this, it's just, you know, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, we wanted to bring on our next guest. She is the founder of the group We Heart Seattle, and her organization is facing a state labor and industries investigation over how volunteers handle used syringes and other potentially hazardous material during homeless encampment cleanups. Founder Andrea Suarez says the investigation is an egregious overreach, and she's asking supporters to help fund their legal fight.
So we need your help more than ever to double down on our efforts to keep our movement going. Please give big. Let's raise $250,000, keep our case managers on the ground, our safety equipment up to speed. If you can't give right now, come out and volunteer with us. But we need to go big and show that We Heart Seattle is a vital contributor to the city of Seattle, and we will combat this nonsense by growing our movement.
And Andrea joins us now on the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Gee and Ursula.
Thank you for joining us. So I want to start with this and the investigation, because I know you have a lot to say about that. And then I want to go into some issues that you had with things that I said. And I want to make sure that you have a chance to share your information about that as well. But just specifically about this investigation, you think it's overreach, and you think it is unnecessary. Tell us why.
Well, firstly, I have an outstanding safety plan. We're all about safety first. It's on our website. We have a comprehensive bloodborne pathogen plan, certificates. It wasn't really about, you know, that we don't have this and now we're being asked to have it. But as a one employee organization that's out there picking up needles and foil that are on the ground in our public spaces, that's the paraphernalia handed out by King County Public Health Department. It was kind of more about the hypocrisy of, well, now this just like, let's rise all boats together here and like get everybody's safety plan up to speed, including our city parks that are blanketed with foil and fentanyl residue and dirty needles and human feces. So it kind of felt, I think, Ursula, more like hypocritical than an overreach, though now I'm being contacted by state legislators and attorneys who are saying that probably is an overreach. And so there's a lot of people looking into, you know, this referral that was made about us, and, you know, do they do any kind of due diligence before they open up a full-blown investigation? I mean, people can make really flagrant claims, right? And costs our small operation some downtime, you know, and obviously there's been a media frenzy about this, but we just actually have always been about wanting clean, safe, equitably accessible parks for all. And so what I'm hoping at the end of all of this is that we all, including our city of Seattle employees, have a safer place to work as well. Because the needles and used foil are on our ground by the thousands and thousands of pieces right now.
When and if they do this investigation for what We Heart Seattle does, isn't there a good chance that even after this is done and they see, hey, We Heart Seattle is doing everything by the book, they're doing everything right, wouldn't this be a victory for you?
Of course. I mean, we like I said, we want to, if we're missing, a process around offering Hep C shots, for example, I'd not thought of that before. Or, the inspector said, well, I need to come, take a tour of your operation and inspect your process. And I said, well, I'm volunteering as an organization to clean up our parks. So would you like to meet me in an open air drug market where people are shooting methamphetamines and smoking fentanyl? Because that's my office, right? And that's kind of the absurdity of the optics of an organization like We Heart Seattle having an L&I claim by some random person who's not an employee, especially given, the reputation of our organization tends to be a lightning rod in the community. It does invite opposition. But it's fine. Yes, of course, this is going to make everybody better, including society. Like, where's the bloodborne pathogen training for somebody that enters our public library? There's bloody gauze, human feces, alcohol pads strewn all over our public library. So bloodborne pathogens are serious. And so I think this just opens the conversation to be like, we have a safety crisis in Seattle, and perhaps this investigation will really open up those conversations city and statewide.
You brought up your office and then your office being in those situations. And so I, myself on social media, you brought up your office, and I just wanted to recollect what I've seen. I have seen you work alongside Jonathan Cho, and usually that coverage sometimes shows people that are homeless, that are like literally at the time doing drugs, seeing them at their bad moment. I notice you keep really talking about the problems that Seattle has. Are you completely comfortable with those people being shown publicly at arguably their lowest moments of their lives?
Can you guys hear me? I think I had a connection issue. Just checking in again.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I heard your question.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I think your question was around, people who are living in our shared spaces, in our parks, near our children's playgrounds, our hiking trails, our bus lines, our bus shelters, our barbecue pavilions, who are choosing to use lethal and illegal drugs publicly, that I'm somehow, violating their privacy. Is that the gist of your question?
Here's my question. Let me go ahead and say it again. I have seen that you worked alongside Jonathan Cho, and the coverage shows people that are unhoused, shows them that are addicted, shows them actively using drugs. My question is simple. Are you comfortable with showing those people publicly at arguably their lowest moments of their lives?
I am comfortable with their permission. I never come into an encampment scenario. I'm probably more diplomatic than Jonathan. I am an outreach organization as well that provides drug user intervention, rides to medical detox and clean and sober housing scholarships, which is a major part of the expense of our program. I always get permission. Not everybody does. I might just be walking through an encampment and peripherally getting pictures of folks, but we always get permission. And if we do get pushback, it's like, these are everybody's parks to enjoy, and people are using them to smoke fentanyl that's taking the life of our loved ones. I think at some point, don't use drugs in public parks if you don't want to have a camera on you. I'm kind of over it a little bit, to be honest. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'd like to have the parks drug-free.
You are listening to Andrea Suarez, the founder of We Heart Seattle. And we've also invited you on our show, Andrea, because you took issue with something I said about your latest tax filings earlier this week. And my point in bringing it up is that you've been very vocal about demanding accountability for how Seattle and King County spend money on homelessness, which I think is fair. We have on this show as well. I also think it is fair to apply that same kind of scrutiny to all organizations, whether they're nonprofits or for-profits or government entities that are working in this space. And so I made comments based on your 990 form, which I understand that there were some discrepancies or mistakes in it that I would like for you to correct.
Sure. I think, yes, these multi-million-dollar nonprofits that are funded by our taxpayer dollars especially should be audited and looked into. We're finding a lot of fraud and missing money. I mean, this is public knowledge.
Yes.
My beef was that I don't take taxpayer dollar money. I report to my donors that are private foundations, family foundations, businesses, grandmas, parents, everything in between, right? So I report to them. I report to my donors. If I'm a public nonprofit, then yeah, let's rip open the Band-Aid. Now, I also sent you guys my financials. They're posted on my website.
Yes.
We have nothing to hide. We also would be audited potentially by the IRS to make sure that we're accounting for money in. But to be honest, it doesn't matter how, I mean, to some degree, again, it's really different it was a little bit of a gut punch when I gave up a corporate job to start picking up trash in our parks for free for 3 years. I put $25,000 of my own money into it. I make $96,000 a year. And if I stay within my budget, I get a $10,000 bonus. That's half of what I used to make selling shipping supplies. So it's like, I'm trying to make the city a better place. And I appreciate you having me on. I don't make $148,000. All of our money goes towards the ground, towards case managers, towards clean and sober housing, towards helping drug addicts get into treatment, gas, tires, title, license, trucks, gas, parking. It's really, and we use a second chance employer, Uplift Northwest, the former Millionaires Club. And we're really proud of that relationship with Gina Hall and her organization, putting drug addicts that were formerly living in tents in parks back to either volunteering with us or working through the second chance employer. So we feel really good about what we're doing. Of course, nothing to hide ever. I mean, I think you're asking the right questions of everybody. In the gist of the story, it would be more in line to say, how about everybody get a safety audit as to how we're handling hypodermic needles and fentanyl paraphernalia to stay on point with the story here versus all of a sudden, who is We Heart Seattle? Like as if I'm some kind of grifter who's sacrificed everything to do this work. I mean, everything, Ursula.
No, I hear you, and I wanted to make sure that you had this opportunity, and I know that you are doing a lot of great work. And I will also say that I have become very, I'll say, skeptical about a lot because of what we found with King County Regional Homelessness Authority, for example, and the things that we have documented there in terms. So I look with a skeptical eye about all the people are working in this space. I don't want to take away from the great work that you have done.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to be skeptical for sure. And, to touch on why I would use this opportunity to raise money, I'm a nonprofit. This is the best gala I've ever had. People are outraged. And so, yeah, we've raised some money. If you're listening, go to weheartseattle.org and help us pay for gloves and pinchers and case management to help drug addicts get off the street. I mean, I don't need an auctioneer. This was it's called Never Waste a Crisis. And I'm not lining my own pockets. I'm helping people get off the street. So thank you for letting me come on and clarify that.
Well, yeah, I happen to be an auctioneer. And, it's interesting that you bring that up because in your message to me, you said you help raise money for nonprofits and then ask for them to all be audited. Bold. Just to clarify, I went through to see what I said. And what I said is it doesn't matter if you're small or big out here. And by the way, my context was if you are receiving any type of county or city dollars, you should be open to be audited. That's what I said. Now, I'm going to say this back to you. You said that was bold for me to say that. Tell me why it's bold for me to say that a nonprofit should have no problem with transparency or being audited.
Well, and that was a private conversation to you, and that's fine that we're talking about it. I think it's like, hey, I'm going to be your auctioneer, and I'm on public radio saying, you should. I mean, look, I agree with you that everybody needs to be accountable and audited. I just thought coming from somebody who makes a living in part to raise as much possible money as you can for organizations which make hundreds of thousands of dollars as a CEO. Let's audit them as well. I
just want to make sure. I want to make sure. I do, and I'm very transparent. I'm an auctioneer, been doing this for 13 years. And at the same time, I'm going to say this. I would say this to any organization. Any organization should be transparent about what they do as an organization. I don't think anything is bold or hypocritical by that. Do you think that's hypocritical of me?
Not whatsoever. I'm glad it got your attention.
All right, appreciate it.
I want to have the conversation with you.
No doubt.
Like being a nonprofit founder is really, really hard work. And while we all want to be held accountable, it's also it is also very stressful. Keep in mind, it's very stressful for people who are trying to do hard work, God's work, out there in the trenches, helping with the most difficult personalities, and like this constant, rightfully so, I'm going to get audited. It actually I'm scared that volunteers won't come and pick up trash anymore. I'm scared that my case managers feel like they have to answer questions to a Washington state auditor who just got out of prison recently, but they're working again, and they were getting phone calls. Like, it's a very difficult space, and everybody just needs to be, trust and verify, right? Or, give us a chance to, of course, all of our information is public record anyway. So,
and thank you for sharing.
No disrespect, dude.
Right. Thank you for sharing that, Andrea Suarez. We Heart Seattle. Appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Continue the hard work.
Yeah, right on, you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, my main man Dan, the dad from the Little League World Series Game 1. He's a Game 1 winning dad. Gee Ursula.
Jazz Alley invites you to experience the legendary Take 6, the most awarded a cappella group in history, with 10 Grammys. Shows run August 20th through the 23rd. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sprained wrist, ankle twist, broken thumb, can't make a fist, busted knee, surgery, that patch of ice you didn't see.
Where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain.
Tendon tear, nose repair, tripping on that broken stair, dislocation, operation, moped crash while on vacation.
Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes.
Joint displacement, knee replacement, fell on marbles in the basement, ladder slip, broken hip, that rock climb where you lost your grip.
To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jernavix.com.
Summer is for sunshine.
It's a beautiful day out for baseball here at T-Mobile Park.
Summer is for moonshots.
He just absolutely obliterates this! Multi-homer game, Cole Young!
Summer is for Mariners baseball.
Emerson is racing over, slides up! He makes the catch! Incredible!
So listen for the cheers and follow your ears to T-Mobile Park. Because where else can you travel to on a ferry boat and then eat crab nachos out of a ferry boat?
How sweet it is!
It is the sweetest, Rick. Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
Don't miss out on fireworks night this summer at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners are kicking off Players Weekend with the next show tomorrow night against the Cubs, featuring a playlist curated by your favorite guys on the team. Go to mariners.com/fireworks to get your tickets and check out the complete lineup presented by T-Mobile.
Holy smokes, I can see. Hey everybody, it's Rick Riz, and I just had refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision, and it's amazing. K2 Vision RLE means no more readers or glasses for me. Plus, I'll never get a cataract. Now, when I call a game, you won't see those readers dangling from the end of my nose to see the field and then my notes. I only wish I had done it sooner. It's like seeing a whole new ball game. K2 Vision RLE was quick and painless, over in just minutes, and I knew I was in great hands. The K2 Vision RLE team has done over 150,000 lens procedures. You can trust their stuff. K2 Vision RLE is my permanent solution to a lifetime of great vision. It could be yours too. Enjoy life's good years without readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Get your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Then you can make the same call I did. Goodbye, glasses. K2VisionRLE.com.
Sprained wrist, ankle twist, broken thumb, can't make a fist, busted knee, surgery, that patch of ice you didn't see.
Where pain starts, Jernavix suzetrigine begins. Jernavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain.
Tendon tear, nose repair, tripping on that broken stair, dislocation, operation, moped crash while on vacation.
Do not take Jernavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes.
Joint displacement, knee replacement, fell on marbles in the basement, ladder slip, broken hip, that rock climb where you lost your grip.
To learn more about Jernavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jernavix.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at Cars4Kids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Frank Lindsay. Washington's wildfire season isn't just destructive, it's also getting very expensive. Here's KIRO News Radio's Tim Hull.
The state has already spent an estimated $207 million fighting 20 wildfires since July 1st. The Department of Natural Resources tells the Spokane Spokesman Review that spending could surpass last year's record of nearly $286 million. Nearly 800,000 acres have burned in Washington this year, the third highest total on record. DNR says some major fires can cost more than $1 million a day to fight. The agency points to inflation, longer fire seasons, and more large destructive fires as reasons these costs keep climbing. Tim Hull, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle teachers and the school district have some serious homework to finish before the current contract expires. Katie McDermott is a Seattle school nurse and a member of the union bargaining team.
Honestly, I'm feeling quite frustrated. However, earlier today, I noticed there was a lot of my colleagues in the building who are here for training, and they offered support. And that has really fueled me, and I think fueled the rest of our team to get a really good deal for you, our members.
That message on the Seattle Education Association Facebook page. Pay, workload, planning time, class size, and staffing among the issues on the table. Again, that current contract expires August 31st. That's one day before the scheduled first day of school. Seattle Public Schools says it wants a deal that recognizes employees' work while also dealing with what it calls the district's fiscal realities. Two sides are expected to be at the bargaining table until 9 o'clock tonight. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says the city needs to cut red tape that can make housing more expensive to build.
We are launching a new residential permitting interdepartmental team to make permit timelines shorter and more predictable across the city.
Our executive order this week also proposes an affordable housing ombudsman and creating a housing production task force. She declined to answer questions yesterday about the effort to get her recalled, telling reporters she's focused on running the city. There's a court hearing on that recall effort on August 31st. Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is down 516 points, S&P down 42, and the NASDAQ is down 246 points. Your traffic report is brought to you by Harborstone Credit Union. There's some roadwork southbound 5 near the I-705 SR7 extension. That may slow you down there. Alderwood to South Center, if you take I-5, about an 8-minute delay, 59-minute trip there. Linwood to Seattle, 42 minutes, about 5 minutes longer than normal. And we've got a heads up for you. If you're heading over to Jefferson, Clallam County, Highway 101 is shut down near Orcas Drive. There's been a semi versus pedestrian crash there, so that's going to be closed for a while. And on the ferry routes, the Edmonds-Kingston route, on the Edmonds side, it's about a 1-hour wait right now. Your weather forecast, mostly sunny. Before we get to that, earn up to $30 a month just for using your Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card. Open your free checking account online today at harborstone.com/cash. Okay, now to the sunny forecast. 85 degrees today, 80 tomorrow, mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow, and then possibly some thunderstorms on Saturday, and we cool down into the lower 70s. It's 68 right now. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay. KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 10:35, and you're listening to the Gee and Ursula Show, and we are doing TV theme songs. And remember, at 11:47, we're going to play some of your favorites.
Nick,
what is the best of all time?
I know.
Hawaii Five-0, you ever seen that show?
No.
Excuse me.
I did not.
Yes, no, I have.
And I didn't watch it.
This is also the first song I learned how to play on the organ.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I know the show. All right.
Okay, we got to get to our next guest. We've got a lot of guests. Soundview Little League is off to a fantastic start at the World Series.
Northwest! Let's go!
The team from Tacoma beat Alabama 2-0, and we're glad to welcome back Dan Hutson, Little League dad, and super proud, I'm sure. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, my goodness. It's so good to be here and talk to y'all. We're riding high out here, y'all.
Let's go, Dan. Come on. So tell us how you felt. Tell us about it.
The game, obviously, it was a nail-biter the whole way through. Just being a fan in the stands and being with all of our parents and community as far as sitting right there. We had, Galvin and Anthony Shipman fly out and come hang out with us for the day and be our hype guys out here. But it was so fun just to be literally representing our state and our community and yelling as loud as we can, Soundview in Washington, and just seeing the boys just handle business. Our pitching is just out of control. Clutch hitting at the right times. Guys, this is what a time.
So tell us what was your son's reaction?
So we actually got to check him out last night and got to all hang out as a team together at a local cafe and have some dinner. And these guys are so excited. They're so excited not only to meet other players and be able to compete against the highest level. Obviously, if you all saw Kinley for Alabama pitching against us yesterday, she is a dominant force. And these guys were definitely speaking about the competition itself and understanding what they're getting themselves into out here.
All right, Dan, let's have some fun, man. Let's do it. Here we go. You with the parent group. You guys are out there. I'm nosy. I want to know. Here we go. Yeah. Who is the parent that you text to find out where everybody's hanging out? Who's that parent in the group?
Oh, man. Luckily, we've got a couple that are always on it. But our head coach's wife, Angie Yarborough, she is on it at all times. She's got the inside track to Kyle whenever needed as well. So
okay.
we've got a family chat through Game Changer as well. So we keep pretty consistent in it, and questions get answered very, very quickly in there because we all want to be at the right spots at the right time.
Who comes to the get-together or the walks in, and as soon as they walk in, which parent raises the energy? It gets the party going. Who's that parent? Is that you or somebody else?
Hey, if it's on the team itself, I'm definitely making my voice heard. I can tell you that much for sure. I'm not going to lie that I started a couple chants yesterday that thank goodness everybody was on board to be able to chant as well.
Okay.
But like I said, we had Galvin Malloy and Anthony Shipman out here from out of town that literally flew in with their kids for today, that one game. And man, they were running up and down the aisles and getting us going. And the energy was consistent all the way around as far as the parents were concerned.
Well, describe what that was like, though, for you watching your kid in his first Little League World Series game. What was that like?
Walking into the stadium for the first time, again, is something that only a few get to experience. And as we walked out there and just saw not only our guys on the field and just still holding their responsibility and their presence as a whole, and seeing how much they're grown up and knowing that they're on that stage, but still not letting the moment overcome them was a cool experience. Just walking right into the stadium itself. All of a sudden, all of us parents are getting together, and as we're trickling in, you could see the excitement. You could know that, we were the underdogs going in, but we knew what we had on our side of the fence that I think a lot of the country and the world didn't realize that we had in our arsenal as we got out there. And so we were all very excited, and we were all very encouraged at the fact of what we were going to handle, and just couldn't wait to prove it to the rest of the world of what we got going on.
Well, Ursula asked all the journalistic questions. I asked the nosy questions. Back to the parent group. Which parent has become the unofficial photographer, the team photographer, the social media director? They're always the one. Okay, let's get a picture here. Who was that parent?
Yeah. Oh man, we've got a few out there. Jody Hirschhold is definitely one that makes sure to let us know. That's Quinn's mom out there. Man, that's a good one. Everybody is so good about helping each other out that there's not one specifically. We all know that we want to get the right shots, pointing up to the bracket and being able to just get our face shown in front of the bracket itself, that big ESPN reader board. It's cool. Everybody's just passing each other's phones. I'm surprised I got mine back when it was all said and done, despite how we're passing everything around so much.
This is Dan Houston, son playing in his first World Series Little League game, and they won yesterday. Tacoma representing. This is double elimination, so Soundview is guaranteed at least one more game even after tomorrow's game. So what are you expecting for tomorrow?
Tomorrow's going to be a battle. We play the Southwest, which is a Texas team, and Texas is obviously a huge state. So they get two representatives, a Texas West and a Texas East team, that go to regionals compared to pretty much every other state besides California that only gets one. And so they've had to battle through district sectionals, regionals. They've had a test just like we have to be able to get to this point, and doing the research on them, they've got a top-notch team from top to bottom. There's not just one person on there. They've got 3 to 4 different pitchers that are dominant of pitch good in big game moments. They say their hitting is just top to bottom out of control. So we're going to have a test for us tomorrow for sure.
Dan, all the best of luck. The whole KIRO radio in the world. We on y'all side, man. And you got to. I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you all again for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right, by the way,
Soundview.
Don't Soundview. Let's go.
And we're going to check in after tomorrow's victory. So we'll want you back again early next week.
Please do. Happy to join. Y'all love to talk about these boys anytime I can.
All right. And a parent group. All right. Hey, take care, Dan. Hey, coming up next, Ursula, you didn't even ask me about what's on Take the Wheel today. Why is that? How come you didn't ask?
We've only had a few things going on today. We're not even done with all our interviews. Coming up at 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
We've got state lawmaker who's going to join us.
I like him.
Yeah, well, I know. We've never even met him, but he was the one who was calling for tougher penalties after the second time a juvenile has a gun crime.
All right, Nick, you're killing it. You're just killing it right now, man. All right, Ursula, coming up next, there are some states that are very addicted to their phones. Where do you think the state of Washington ranks on this list?
Oh, I think you and I are bringing up the numbers.
We do that next. Gee Ursula.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Reutin from the Gee and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the Gee and Ursula YouTube channel.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. Where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
If you have unpaid tax debt to the IRS that you can't pay, please hear this special notice. Specially approved IRS relief programs designed to aid delinquent taxpayers are now in effect that can significantly improve your financial situation. Depending on your circumstances, you may qualify to have your tax problem resolved in your favor and may even have your back taxes reduced by thousands or eliminated entirely. A relief hotline has been established by Community Tax for you to call and see if you qualify at 800-224-4083. If you owe the IRS back taxes that you can't afford to pay, don't let the IRS trick you into thinking you have no way out. Our highly accredited tax professionals will let you know what you qualify for and how much you can save. We may be able to stop all liens, garnishments, levies, and save you thousands. Call and see if you qualify for this taxpayer relief at 800-224-4083. 800-224-4083. That's 800-224-4083.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
August is Karastan month at Carpet Liquidators. Purchase beautiful Karastan carpet and get free installation. From carpet to flooring, we've got you covered at Carpet Liquidators.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
You know what time it is. Anyone see Night Court out there?
Nick, I think you're enjoying yourself, too.
Having a little fun over
By
here.
the way, the whole text line. By the way, are you guys paying attention to anything on the show that we're doing? I mean,
you know what? I like how we're kind of throwing a few things here and there.
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley, someone just texted in. What the Great American Hero, Greatest American Hero?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
that was a good
one's
show. We do have a guest coming on at 11 o'clock, Representative David Hackney. He's coming to talk about how if kids get caught with guns for the second time and not just up to 4 to 5 times, and he wants to talk about that. So he joins us next. Looking forward to that. But right now, Ursula, so here's what happened. We joke all the time about being addicted to our phones, both you and I, okay? But apparently, some states have it worse than others. There's a new study looked at Google searches connected to major social media platforms, adjusted for population, and they ranked New York #1 in the country, followed by, in second place, Virginia came in second, and you already know who's third. Us, the state of Washington.
We're that high up.
We that high up. The study says that Washington generated more than 153,000 social media related searches per 100,000 residents. Let me say that again.
Okay.
153,000 social media related searches per 100,000. So we basically on our phones a lot here in the state of Washington. And I'm just going to sum it up and I'll just throw it to you right now. Ursula, you want to know what it is?
I know what it is.
We don't know how to be bored anymore. We walk to our car, we on our phone. We're in the elevator, we're on our phone. We're in line, we get on our phone. We're at a stoplight, we're at our phone. We're using the bathroom. They don't. Gen X and baby boomers, we were so used to having magazines. We had Jet magazine. Well, some of us did. We had the different magazines in there. We don't have magazines in the restroom anymore.
I know,
we have
I
our
kind of miss those in a way.
If you think about it, that was really nasty.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
It was really
I know.
nasty.
I know.
Like,
the dog-eared magazines, like, where have these been?
Why are we grabbing the magazine? So, Ursula, what you got?
Well, a couple of things. One, I will tell you that I did not read the study. I was going to let you just share it with me.
That's the best.
And react.
That's the
Actually,
best.
you know, that's not my comfort zone. That is not my comfort zone.
Okay.
However, a couple of things that I think of automatically. Because why are we third? Well, I would say that we are very tech-oriented here.
Yes.
You know that this is a very highly educated region of the country.
Mm-hmm.
However you look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in many areas somewhat affluent.
True.
You have access to the technology, et cetera, which is a lot more of a boring explanation as to why we would be number 3.
Right.
But I'm with you. The amount of time that I waste on social media and B, on the phone, I'm looking to reclaim that time at some point. I don't know when that is, but reclaiming that amount of time would, I think, for all of us, if we were to do an audit on ourselves and be honest about it.
Right. Only you and I are honest about our addiction.
We waste way too much time.
Okay, you're standing in line.
I can't even keep my phone away.
What? We can't even stand in line. You're in the passenger seat. Long live Marcus driving.
Scrolling. Okay, do you take it into the bathroom with you?
What? Are you kidding me?
BS. Wait.
What, BS?
Oh, wait, you saying yes?
Yeah, duh.
I thought you were saying no. I'm like, no, because if you think about it, that's gross.
That's nasty.
Matthew's always like, Dad takes forever in the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, because that's my private time.
Yes.
Just swipe away on the phone.
Hey, but what's worse? Question, because we all did it. The cell phones or the magazines? What's worse in the bathroom?
From a hygiene perspective, questionable.
It's all bad. It's all bad.
Just saying. Hey, Ursula, can I use your phone really quick? No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead and call Lois all you want to.
But if you were to take away your phone, how much time do you think you'd be saving per day?
I think I'd have a much more productive life.
I think I would have time to have a second job.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's on you? Is that what I think it is?
Little cop sting. What you gonna do when they come for you?
That's not one of my favorites. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476. What is your favorite TV theme song?
Hey, wait, Nick, do you actually have don't tell us. Do you have a favorite?
I have a couple, yeah, from back in the 80s and 90s.
All right, maybe 11 o'clock hour.
Mike in Bainbridge Island said MASH, and I said MASH earlier, and you said that's depressing.
That's depressing.
It's a slower song.
MASH.
It's literally Suicide is Painless.
No, MASH is the time.
That's the name of the song.
Text in. Oh, I didn't know that. Text in if you agree that the MASH theme song is depressing because it was time for you to go to bed.
Was that Sunday night? What night was that?
That's 60 minutes.
Anxiety.
That's 60 minutes. Yes. 60 minutes. All right, Ursula, we got a new guest coming on to the show. Representative David Hackney is going to join us. I think you guys are going to want to stick around for this discussion. We'll do all that next. Gee Ursula.
For nearly 20 years, I've talked with local homeowners on the radio about mortgages and making smart financial decisions. Hi, I'm Steve Tytler, owner of Best Mortgage, and after September, I'm retiring from radio advertising. So if you're over 62 and you've been thinking about a reverse mortgage, now's a good time to call to work directly with me. 425-649-6000. A reverse mortgage may help eliminate your mortgage payment, pay off debts, and create more room in your monthly budget. It's not right for everyone, and that's why honest advice really matters. When you call Best Mortgage for a free consultation, I will personally explain how it works, review your options, and tell you plainly whether it makes sense for you. No pressure, just straight answers from someone who's been helping Northwest families for decades. Fall is coming, and if a reverse mortgage has been on your mind, let's talk soon. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
The new All-Pro battery by Steel. Tackle any task with 60% more peak power exclusively. Available only at your local Steel dealer. 60% peak power comparison between AP300PC and AP300S.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO Newsradio app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
At Carrier, we know that a comfortable home is a happy one. Whether it's with innovative breakthroughs in heating and cooling efficiency, or with different ways to control your home's temperature and air quality, we are always imagining new ways to make your home totally comfortable.
Turn to the experts and let your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer improve your home's comfort and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find an expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
I want a woman. I want a big girl.
See the hysterical Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias when he takes the stage at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, Saturday, August 29th at 5:30 and 9:30 p.m.
This way, we both can agree on the temperature of the thermostat.
He's sold out stadiums around the world, and now he's coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort on August 29th. Get tickets before they're gone to laugh out loud with Gabriel Iglesias at muckleshootcasino.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. Relief has arrived for the long-serving crew aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. U.S. Central Command says the USS George Washington aircraft carrier is now operating in the Middle East, replacing a ship where Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said reports of mental health challenges and supply shortages were misrepresented. The Lindsay Clancy jury goes home early today, awaiting a long day tomorrow. The defense could rest. Clancy saying postpartum psychosis led her to kill her 3 children. Her supporters demonstrating outside the courthouse in Plymouth, Mass.
The jury is going to see and be aware. So the judge is going to try to limit that. Typically, you're going to see judges have different exits. They will allow them to exit the actual courthouse in a separate area where they're not forced to have to go through the protesters.
ABC News legal contributor Shauna Lloyd. The FBI searching the D.C. home of Eric Swalwell in a criminal investigation of the former congressman whose devices they seized. This is ABC News. The Democratic National Committee has narrowed down its list of potential 2028 convention host cities, leaving out Chicago and Atlanta. The short list down to Boston, Philadelphia, or Denver. Medical experts are talking about the potential breakthrough in cancer treatment. A personalized cancer vaccine is showing promise. It's built from a patient's own cancerous tumor. ABC News chief medical correspondent Dr. Tara Narula reports this treatment delayed the recurrence of the most serious form of skin cancer.
Right now, this isn't approved, but what this is really hope. This is hope not just for melanoma, but for other cancers. They are, in fact, studying this for other cancers like non-small cell lung cancer, renal cell carcinoma, and many others.
It also blocked the spread of melanoma, not just the recurrence, but the spread in high-risk patients. Mark your calendar. Hope for clear skies next Thursday, a week from today. A partial lunar eclipse across the eastern U.S. and Canada, and a little bit across the west as well. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
More layoffs at Starbucks. We'll get that for you here in just a moment. But first, we need to take a look at the roads. We got some delays out there right now. Federal Way to Bellevue, 53-minute drive. Normally it should be about 37 minutes. Federal Way to Tacoma, 20 minutes right now. That's about twice as long as it normally takes. 39-minute drive from Renton to Bellevue. That's a 15-minute delay. And we got about a 15-minute delay heading from South Center to Alderwood. If you take I-405, South Center to Bellevue, 17-minute delay. That trip will take you an extra 17 minutes right now. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay. We're learning of more job cuts at Starbucks this morning. The Seattle Times reports 224 workers are being laid off, some at Seattle's headquarters, others in remote positions, and this apparently includes 120 corporate employees who refused to transfer to Nashville. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says she has a city to run while her recall fight effort heads to court. Wilson was asked about the recall yesterday during a housing event.
So that is a legal process that will be playing out. I'm focused on leading the city and on making it an affordable place for people to live, and that's the work that we're here to discuss today.
The hearing is on Monday, August 31st, before a King County Superior Court judge. Wilson says she won't be at that hearing. Instead, her attorneys will do the talking for her. 2 Seattle residents filed a petition earlier this month accusing Wilson of ignoring public safety concerns and being derelict in her duties. The judge will decide whether those allegations are sufficient to move forward. Meanwhile, according to a Seattle Metro Chamber poll, her favorability rating is at 37% right now. That's down 20 points since April. 62% view her unfavorably. Lakewood's police chief on administrative leave. The News Tribune reports the city quietly placed Chief Patrick Smith on leave last week. Comes about 8 months after the unions representing the city's police officers, sergeants, and captains all voted no confidence in his leadership. They accused Smith of communication problems and of being disengaged. Assistant Chief David Claridge is now the acting chief. Smith declined comment. I-5 northbound ramp to Highway 18 shut down for more than 4.5 hours early this morning. That's because a car going 93 miles an hour crashed. The driver apparently trying to get away from state troopers. Trooper Cameron Watts says the car burst into flames.
No seatbelts, crashing into a field. They could have easily become entrapped in that vehicle with no way out. With the suspicion of them both being inebriated, the fact that they were able to actually get out of the car in that state, it's a miracle, honestly.
The passenger had to go to the hospital. The driver has past convictions and is now being investigated for 6 more felonies. Cars could soon return to Pike Place Market 4 days a week during the fall and winter. Seattle Department of Transportation proposing a seasonal approach to traffic. Officials say allowing cars during the slower fall and winter months will help support local businesses. In a recent survey, 98% of people said they support vehicle barriers at the market. SDOT will present its plan to the Pike Place Market Historical Commission next Wednesday. Seattle Times sports columnist Matt Calkin says he has resigned after 11 years at the paper. He says editors killed a column he wrote about the debate over biological males competing in women's sports. This was tied to a rally outside Climate Pledge Arena before a Storm Fever game last month. He says he plans to continue his writing on Substack. We have reached out to the Times for comment. Weather forecast, mostly sunny, 85 this afternoon. Mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 80. And then we cool back into the 70s over the weekend, possibly some thunderstorms on Saturday. It's 68 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
You know, Ursula, I got to tell you, just the theme songs is really, like, I'd say in 2026, I have not seen the text line consistently continue talking about a topic all into the third hour of the show.
This is all 3 hours. You all have been very busy.
Yeah.
There's something I've noticed, and so if you're just joining us right now, our question is, what is your favorite? What is the best all-time TV theme song? I haven't even figured mine out yet, but we're going to play some of them and share our favorites at 11:47. But so many of you are texting in and basically sharing ones from the 70s.
I know.
Have you noticed that? Like, that seems to be the most popular decade.
I don't recognize a lot of these shows, I'll put it that
way. you know,
what are some more?
It really gives us a window into our demographic. Yes. Because like Chef said, Chef's looking at Chef's like,
People in their 20s like, why are there no Netflix selections?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to have Nick weigh in on this too, and Chef, and our younger listeners. What are the ones that you love? Text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476.
Steve from Enumclaw just texts in Dallas. See, Steve, that already lets us know.
That's again.
Dallas? JR? All right, let's go, Ursula. What we got?
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Teens caught illegally carrying guns in our state can currently rack up 4 possession offenses before they face any real time in juvenile detention. Gee, it's something that you and I have talked about quite a bit, and you and I have said that is just crazy. State Representative David Hackney also says that is just far too many chances. His proposal in Olympia would make the second offense much more serious, and we're happy to say that Representative Hackney joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's just start right off. Why do you think 2 strikes is the right number?
Because if a young person is on a regular basis possessing a firearm, we need to make it very clear early on that that is unacceptable behavior. It is far too dangerous for the individual and for the community. What we find is when we have the 5 times like you currently have, if you're carrying a gun that often, you're eventually going to use it. Now you are liable for an adult felony like attempted murder or aggravated assault, which means you're going to spend decades of your life in prison, or you're going to get shot and injured or killed yourself. It turns out when you are running around with a gun and shooting at people, people tend to shoot back. So by not intervening early, we put these young people on a path to decades in prison or serious injury or death.
Representative Hackney, I want to ask this very simple. So we have a rule, it's a state law, whatever, about juveniles having up to 5 times. You're trying to get it down to 2. Also in the city of Seattle, they have removed school resource officers, the police officers, out of schools. In your opinion, how did we get here?
That's a very good question. I think people with good intentions, but they didn't really, in my opinion, think through the consequences. When we're talking about violent crime, you need to have a serious intervention, and you need to have law enforcement. I know that, one aspect of being in good health is diet and exercise. But when you have a critical event like a heart attack, that's not the time to talk about diet and exercise. Now you need emergency medical treatment. The same thing with crime. Yes, investments in social service and education are important, but during an actual crime spree or wave, you need law enforcement. When you're getting robbed or burglarized, you don't call a teacher or a social worker. You call a policeman. And I think people, we definitely have had some instances around the country. Thankfully, not much here in our community, but of police abuses. And the way to manage that is to hold abusing police officers accountable. It's not to limit the ability of law enforcement to address violent criminal behavior.
This is State Representative David Hackney here on the Gee and Ursula Show. You have criticized fellow Democrats for being too reluctant to impose consequences. What kind of pushback are you already getting, I would imagine, on this proposal right now?
I was saying, pushback. I mean, just a lot of my colleagues are so weary of law enforcement. I mean, there's no question there is some disproportionate enforcement that is in law enforcement. No question about it. But the way to address that is not by, again, limiting law enforcement from doing the things they need to do. There are teachers that abuse students. There are doctors that abuse patients. But we don't close schools and hospitals because education and health care are essential services. So is law enforcement. My community unfortunately has some of the highest rates of both violent and property crime in the state. My constituents pay taxes like everyone else, and they deserve a return on their investment in public safety. And my job is not to be popular in Olympia. My job is to represent my district, and that's exactly what I do.
You said your job is not to be popular in Olympia, and I loved what you had to say there. So maybe help us better understand, because you made the comment about how, maybe some folks didn't think through the consequences of up to 5 times for a juvenile having a firearm or removing SRO. officers out of the public school system here in Seattle. Where does your way of thinking come from? Is this because you've been in politics, or is this where maybe you've had family or loved ones truly impacted by the crime that we speak of?
Thankfully, I have not. I did have a high school classmate who was accidentally shot to death, but it was an accident. But no, I think it's my background. I spent 11 years as a federal prosecutor with the United States Department of Justice, and I spent 2 years as a United Nations war crimes prosecutor in The Hague, Netherlands. And I think it's my professional background. But I think in the legislature, you bring both your professional background and your lived experience, both of which teach me or inform me that you have to have a serious intervention with particularly juveniles, but anybody, adults as well, who are involved in violent crime. If you don't have a serious intervention, like incarceration, you just send them back home, you should expect them to do it again. Such as, just as one of the Seattle Center shooters had a prior firearm arrest. We didn't intervene. We sent him back home. He picked up another firearm. Now 3 people are dead, and he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. We did not do him any favors by being merciful and not intervening with a serious intervention the first time.
This is State Representative David Hackney here on the Gee and Ursula Show. I just want to say that you are making entirely too much sense. I want to say, though, that some of the pushback is that there are critics who say months in detention can actually make a teen more likely to reoffend. How do you respond to that and the whole idea of we need to be focusing on rehabilitation and the detention is not the right answer?
Well, I certainly understand. I was just at Echo Glen facility and I took a tour last week. Incarceration is not a perfect antidote. It doesn't solve all of our problems. What it does is it gives a timeout to the individual, because while they're out in the community committing crimes, perhaps using alcohol and drugs, right? That is the worst scenario. That's the worst. Yes, some people will, who are incarcerated. There are other people who are incarcerated that might encourage them to even do more criminal activity. That's something we can't avoid. But it's the lesser of two evils. And that is, if you do nothing, if you just send them back home, you should expect them to do it again. There were no consequences the first time. And my community and what my colleagues fail to understand is they're concerned that the police disproportionately enforce criminal laws against people of color. What they fail to understand is that communities of color are disproportionately the victims of violent crime. And that's what I owe an obligation to my community to step up and stand for them to make sure that they have the appropriate resources and criminal laws to address violent crime.
Representative Hackney, what you just said about the other side of things, about how people of color are disproportionately are the victims of these crimes. So I think what you just said, now I'm going to give my opinion. I think what you said is simple common sense. And one of the things that I say repeatedly on this show is, for some reason, political sides always get in the way of common sense. So help me understand, why does that keep happening? Why does political speak and sides, and you have to stay on this side, get in the way of common sense here in the state of Washington?
I got to be careful, because first of all, I can't really diagnose the motives of my colleagues who do not agree with me on this area. I mean, I just know they don't agree with me, and we have these disagreements. And but I think it's easier in politics to be on an extreme, whether it's a MAGA Republican or a very progressive Democrat. If you go to an extreme, you are going to get a lot of love and support. And a lot of people need that. They feel the necessity to get that love and support. When you are somewhat moderate or in the center, and you are making decisions based on what you think the policy is, not the politics, you're going to take a lot of heat. But, I just turned 60 this year, thank goodness. And at 60, I don't care about being popular. I've got friends at home. I don't need more friends. What I need to do is represent my district. But I think, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I would have been, mortified, that people don't want to have lunch with me or don't want to go out and, don't want to invite me to happy hour. I'm fine going home. I'm fine. I don't need any anymore. I'm tired, by the way,
I'm hearing you. We're hearing you loud and clear, David. This is State Representative David Hackney. We have talked about how the Democrats right now have the House, have the Senate, have the governor's office. So I'm guessing that what you're telling us, and you have to be careful, is that some people within your own party are not very happy with you, but at this juncture of your life, you don't care, which I think is actually quite refreshing, I will say. For people who don't know you or haven't really heard of other things that you have proposed a specific crime for intentionally blocking highways. That's another thing. Why isn't current law enough?
Because I think, again, listen, I certainly believe in the right of protest, right? The right to rally. It's a First Amendment right to rally but I think, first of all, protesting on highways is extremely dangerous. Someone was killed a couple of years ago. Highways are not designed. People are going too fast. Secondly, when you block a highway, you cause disruption for the whole city. I mean, it's not just one street. It causes backups all throughout the city. And I know the point is disruption, but I think that is a step too far. And I think we need, again, criminal law is supposed to respond to criminal behavior. And so you want to give people a disincentive. If you want to protest, go to a park, go to a city street. Don't do it on the highway. Again, it puts people's lives in danger. And then also the disruption. It disrupts fire engines. It disrupts ambulances. Well, many, many, many miles away, because that highway system, the cars back up. Then they back up into the roads off them. So now ambulances can't get to patients. Fire engines can't get to fire. People cannot get anywhere. I get it. The point is disruption, but I think that is too much. And therefore, I think we should have criminal laws that explain to people or just demonstrate to people how serious of a crime this is. And that is by having enhanced penalties for protesting on a highway.
Where have you been? Like, I mean, like, and look, I don't know. I said this behind your back, and I got to retell you what it was. When Chef, our producer, he pitches stories, and they brought you up and how you wanted actually 2 strikes for teens that actually caught the first time. Okay, second time you get consequences. And I hadn't read up on you. I haven't looked you up or anything, but I thought you was a white Republican man. Like in the state, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm being serious. So my question is number one, where have you been? And number two, you mentioned like I don't want to get in trouble. When you say and obviously you're talking about within your own party. What is the contention right now in the state of Washington? Are Democrats all on one page, or is it progressive Democrats, and is it just the old school? Explain that to me. I don't understand.
We call ourselves pragmatists or moderates, but yeah, there's definitely a division in the Democratic caucus. There's no secret there. And when I say trouble, I think that what you don't want to do is you don't want to. I may disagree with my colleagues, but that doesn't mean I'm not here to criticize them.
Right.
They have their views and beliefs. I think they think what they're doing is the right thing for their constituents and for the state. I tend to disagree. They don't agree with me. I don't agree with them. So I'm not here to name call them or to suggest they have bad motives or, otherwise. I do think, though, that from my perspective, my professional and lived experience, leads me into a different direction. So they may have different experiences than I do. They may have different observations than I do. And, that's fine. My job is to get as many of my colleagues to join with me. The legislature, it's a group activity. I can't do anything by myself. My only effectiveness is how can I get other legislators to agree with me and vote on my bills the way I want them to.
Well, we need to give you more attention. This is State Representative David Hackney, because a couple of other things, and we are out of time, but I just want to say you also want tougher penalties for repeat gang graffiti, which is our listeners know is one of my big pet peeves, the whole graffiti thing. And then on tax breaks, you want more transparency.
I do. You guys have done your research. Again, like I said, this is not partisan. This is not Republican or Democrat. There's also what I consider just good public policy. And I think that's our job. Our job is not to serve our political masters. Our job is to identify the best policy for my constituents and the state of Washington and to pursue that. And I will do that regardless of the consequences. I like to tell people I didn't get elected to get reelected. If pursuing good, sound policy costs me my seat, then take it. I only want to do this job if I can pursue good policy for my constituents and the state. Okay, we're out of time. The next time we have you on the show, can you just come in studio so we can meet you, bro? I would love to. Thank you for this opportunity. To tell my side of the story. And again, no offense to my colleagues. We just have different views on certain, particularly public safety. That's the issue that I mostly differ with some of my Democratic colleagues.
And it's very refreshing, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up next here on the show, Agree to Disagree. Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
KIRO Newsradio is honored to bring home one of the nation's top awards in our industry, the prestigious National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news coverage. One award is the result of our team's hard work every single day, and none of it would be possible without you. You trust us with important information every time you choose us. Whether you listen over the air, on the KIRO Newsradio app, or you watch us on YouTube, thank you.
Life is full of tough choices, but switching and potentially saving hundreds when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive isn't one of them. Not like choosing a vacuum, which, sounds simple enough until 3 weeks later when you're joining vacuum forums and pouring through countless articles. Pretty soon you're making full-on spreadsheets, sifting through thousands of online reviews and saying things like cordless runtime in your everyday conversations. At least bundling home and auto with Progressive is an easy choice. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Tune in to elevate your wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn.
With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 2 tickets to see Anthony Hamilton with Tony live under the stars at the Tulalip Amphitheater, Thursday, September 10th. Go to mynorthwest.com/win for contest rules and your chance to win.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lindsay. Negotiations continue between Seattle teachers and the school district. Ballard High School science teacher and union rep India Carlson.
We need a contract so that I can focus on getting ready for school, finishing up getting my classroom and greenhouse and the garden ready for students.
Her message there posted on the Seattle Education Association Facebook page. Issues on the table include pay, workload, planning time, class size, and staffing. Current contract expires on Monday, August 31st. School is scheduled to start the next day. Seattle Public School District says it wants a deal, but says it also has to keep the district's finances in mind. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson promising faster permits as part of a broader push to build more housing. Her new executive order creates a task force looking at affordable housing, design review, and keeping people from being priced out of their neighborhoods. Task force is expected to deliver its first recommendations next February. Meanwhile, at yesterday's news conference about this, Wilson refused to talk about the effort to get her recalled, saying she's focused on leading the city. Hearing on the recall is set for August 31st. Wilson says she won't be there, but her attorneys will. An air quality alert issued for a huge area in central and northeastern Washington. It includes Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Kashmir, Chelan, Okanagan, and Tonasket. The Department of Ecology does not have an expiration date on it because of an incredible amount of smoke that the state's two biggest fires are giving off. The air in those parts of the state show is unhealthy. Experts say you should do everything you can to reduce exposure to it. And betting on a wildfire could soon get you burned. Here's KIRO News Radio's Tim Hull.
Representative Michael Baumgartner of Spokane has introduced the Wildfire Event Contract Prohibition Act. It would ban federally regulated prediction sites from taking bets tied to wildfires. That could include wagers on how many acres burn, when a fire will be contained, evacuations, or property damage. Baumgartner says those bets could create a dangerous financial incentive for arson. Polymarket has offered wildfire bets. Kalshi says it does not. Kalshi already facing a fight here in Washington State. Attorney General Nick Brown is suing the company, and a King County judge recently blocked some of its wagers. Tim Hull, KIRO News Radio.
Wall Street, the Dow down right now, 634 points. The S&P down 55. The NASDAQ down 283. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic now. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Frank. Sound Magazine has our update. In Renton, North 405 at Sunset Boulevard, a collision blocks the HOV lane. That's got you stacked up into South Center. South Center to Bellevue right now is a 50-minute commute. That's double the norm. Northbound 167 in Renton, a collision involving a semi blocks two right lanes right at 405. This is right where the split goes from north to south 405. So you're bumper to bumper right now, approaching 180th. Auburn to Renton's going to take you 20 minutes. Tacoma road work blocks your right lane near the mall. You'll start to jam up near the T-Dome. And up in Jefferson County at Discovery Bay, Highway 101, right at milepost 280, traffic is alternating at the scene of a collision. We've got some pretty big backups up there. And on the water, the Edmonds Ferry Terminal, a 1-hour wait for drivers. Discover the people, places, homes, and style that make the South Sound shine. South Sound Magazine. Subscribe at southsoundmag.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Mostly sunny today, a high of about 85 degrees. A mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 80. Cloudy early on your Saturday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, too. Only 71 on Saturday, 74 degrees. Some showers possible on Sunday. Also a little sunshine. Right now, we've got 71 degrees in downtown Seattle. For Katrina Gashard, I'm Frank Lenzi. KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. It is TV theme song day.
I mean,
theme song Thursday.
Hey, Nick, can we just have like a day of the week? We could do theme song. We could do yacht rock. Let's just have theme days.
I
One
love
day of the
that
week we
idea.
get like a music theme going. I like
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That way the people get to know.
Yes.
What you got, Ursula?
Well, we're going to do agree to disagree in just a second, but we didn't have a chance because we had such a great conversation with State Representative David Hackney that so many people were responding.
Yeah.
And someone texted in and said, I am a MAGA Republican. I would vote for this guy. We had Liz in Gig Harbor who said he was great. I mean, so many people were responding from both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
And where has he been?
Yeah.
Just to hear him talk about these things that frankly made so much sense.
Do you think politics here locally, whatever, nationally, whatever, do you think it's almost like taxes? And what I mean by that, by taxes, like it is so, how we pay our taxes is so complex, right? Like how you do your taxes, how I do mine, chef, it's all different depending on where you at, maybe in a tax bracket and all those things. It's not just one simple common sense way. It's almost like they make it so complex so we can all get confused and we miss the point. Well, listening to Representative David Hackney, first, I'm embarrassed that I never even heard of this dude. Like that's crazy. That's number one. Number two, I can't think of a time, Ursula, in the Gee and Ursula show. This is how much respect and this is how much I value talking to him. I don't remember an elected getting on our show that both of us kept looking at each other like, what is going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Everything he said was like, yes, and yes.
Like, it's one of those things, too, even if you disagree, respectfully, you could just hear him say, man, I'm 60 years old. I don't care if I don't.
I get that one.
I'll just go home.
Yeah.
I don't need to be invited.
Well, which is so refreshing because, yes, he is hacking off members of his own party by taking the stances that he does. But he said, my number one thing is to use my lived experience to bring that to Olympia and basically do what I think is going to be the very best for my district. Oh, my gosh. How refreshing. Fantastic. So we will have him on again. Just want to
quick note too, because we had a pretty decent conversation off the air, and we agreed on a lot of things, and there was a topic we didn't agree on. It's been a good 5-6 minutes having the best conversation about it. I was like, I could talk to this guy about anything. It's great.
You know, before we get to agree to disagree, Ursula, when I was listening to him talk and then reflecting on having him on, it reminded, I can't speak for women, it reminded me of sometimes we men. And sometimes, there's a saying that sometimes it takes a while for us to grow up, right? Hearing him speak, and he even admitted, he's like, hey, 20 years ago, I probably would have been different about this topic. And I can kind of relate to him in a way that as I get older, I feel like I can feel it. Like I can feel myself just getting more calm.
Yeah, you don't care what other people think.
You don't care what other people think, but at the same time, you're more calm about these topics, and you want to, you don't necessarily, I used to always want to be right.
Yeah.
And instead of just wanting to be right, you'd rather get it right. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what you and I think that we try our best to try to get it right, even if there's someone that we disagree with. And just hearing him, I just think he has that, Chef said it in the break, he is that uncle in the family. Like we always talk about the drunk uncle that's always telling the truth and, oh yeah, your mama cheated on him with that, that person. Mm-hmm. But then you have this uncle that just comes in, it's just like.
Well, I mean, we're going to have him on again, and we'll see if we have the same kind of reaction. But this was the first time that we've heard him on our air. And we've been doing the show for a bit, so we'll need to do better with that. We've got time for one Agree to Disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
In this current economy.
Hey, good job,
Chef. Turn.
Good job, Chef. Good job. Hey, this is where Chef gets the big bucks. Go ahead.
In this economy, the younger generations, millennials and Gen Z, would rather break up than date someone in debt. So there was a new survey of Americans, and millennials and Gen Z, by a long shot, compared to Gen X or baby boomers, say,
you know what I'm saying, bought me coffee. Mm-hmm. Ursula, I don't think I was a great get, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so today's generation aren't willing to shine up somebody and clean them up.
Yeah, make them a project.
Which is understandable, though, because look, the rent, affordability, all those things.
Exactly. They don't have a safety net.
They don't.
Yeah, that's a big risk. That could be a big risk that takes them back. So I'm actually with you. I think it's a positive. I look at it as a positive.
We both think it's a positive, but for people like me, they wouldn't have cleaned. I would have been cooked. What you got?
It makes me sad, actually. I mean, not just as somebody who met my partner and then had to disclose in the near to proposing range of our relationship that I had, $15,000 in debt. It is just the fact that it is tragic that this is a generation that does not have the leeway to take risk. Right, because being young should be the time when you're allowed to try out that new job, to take a gamble on someone that could end up being amazing for you, except for that asterisk. That's sad to me.
Well, I just think nice with a cheers. So everybody knows your name. I just think that Ursula, dating today is literally like the stock market, right? Like most of the time you're going to get on there and you're going to put it into NVIDIA and Amazon and Microsoft, all the ones that are big time ready. Are you willing to go ahead and invest in the new stock, the little penny stock that's just kind of struggling a little bit? And a lot of folks like, I ain't got time for that. All right. Nick, is this your favorite? Are you a Cheers
Not
person?
my favorite, no. But I do like the Cheers theme.
But a lot of love for Cheers on the text line.
Can we come in next with Nick's all-time favorite?
One of my favorites, I can do that. Yeah.
I've got the top 10, too.
Awesome.
Top 10 by listener.
All right.
Choice.
Do that next, Gee Ursula.
My name is Anne. I live in the Bay Area, and I'm 68 years old. I helped my mom navigate Medicare. That was a nightmare I hope never, ever to have to go through again. It was awful for her. It was awful for me, and I just knew I never wanted to go through that. I knew that there were choices and that there were balances to be made and that it could be totally impenetrable. Chapter basically does the work for you. When you're turning 65, when you're looking at going on Medicare, they will look at all the options for you, give you advice as to what's best. One plan might be better for this, one plan might be better for that. I didn't have to do that calculation. They do the research and you don't have to pay for it. We gave a person the information, a person got back to us. You don't have to make yourself crazy.
To learn more about how you can get free personalized Medicare advice, visit chapter.com today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hello, sweltering Seattle. John Curley here. Is your home staying cool? Are you losing sleep because it's just too hot? At Home Comfort Alliance, the goal is not to sell you a new system. It's to fix the one that you have. Repair first, replace only if it truly makes sense, saving you time and money. If your system's done, a heat pump gives you both cooling and heating for year-round comfort. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance. A place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road. Ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I want a woman. I want a big girl.
See the hysterical Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias when he takes the stage at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Saturday, August 29th at 5:30 and 9:30 p.m.
This way, we both can agree on the temperature of the thermostat.
He's sold out stadiums around the world, and now he's coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort on August 29th. Get tickets before they're gone to laugh out loud with Gabriel Iglesias at muckleshootcasino.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, want to consider Aegis Living Respite Care, a short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Good time. Anytime you need a payment. Good time.
Nick, I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Was that Dino Mike?
Oh, you my dog. The fact that I asked Nick Ursula what his favorite was, and he comes in. Let me hit the text chat and let them know that my man came in with good times. Woo!
Have to represent Florida.
All right, Ursula, what's happening?
Well, I love it. We were just asking people what their favorite TV theme songs of all time were. So we're going to pay off right now. Because 206 said, my favorite is the original opening theme to the Mary Tyler Moore Show. The one that really can get stuck in your head is the opening theme to Who's the Boss. Now, I do remember that. And this person also said, I also like the opening theme to Taxi. And then there were lots of votes for Cheers and Friends and MASH. And Chef, did you make a compilation of the top ones that came in?
Yeah, I can't play you, unfortunately, number one, because G said that it was depressing. That's the MASH theme song.
No.
we've hit Cheers. So this is number 3.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
I got a question.
What's the feeling that you have right now, though? Like, what just popped in your head as you're hearing that? Because I'm thinking of my after school.
I can't believe you just asked me that.
Yeah, why?
Because I got to tell you the truth.
Oh, okay. You never watched that show?
What? Yes, I did.
Okay.
You asked what popped in my head?
Yeah, what popped in your head?
Ginger or Marianne?
Oh.
You asked what was in my head. That was in my head.
And your answer, who did you have the crush on?
It has gone back and forth. Back in the day, it was Marianne. Today, Ginger. I can't believe you asked me.
Oh, my word. Okay, well, this is another one that came up quite a bit.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Okay, that is right up there. So a bunch of you texted in and said Cheers.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, though, why is it that we don't have anything from past in the 2000s? Have you noticed that? Like, are there no good TV theme songs anymore?
We got a couple Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Okay. I hate to get too deep, but this is what happened to America.
Oh.
You notice?
Our watching is fractured.
Look at, all of us are relating to these theme shows. Left, right, black, white, don't matter. We all were watching the same things. The reason why you don't have anything in the 2000s, like you said, Ursula, it's fractured. We all in our little silos. Mm-hmm. We all watching these different things. But that's why life was good. We all watched All in the Family, and then it branched off to the Jeffersons. And matter of fact, All in the Family taught us a lot about race. Come on now.
Mm-hmm, sure
you know
did.
what I'm saying?
Okay, another one. You know that the only actor that I've ever had the biggest crush on was John Travolta.
You love him.
Tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back.
Welcome
back. Okay, this came in quite a bit, right?
Welcome back.
Okay,
Hey.
and then there is this one, which was my weekend viewing at some point in time.
This Love Boat?
Exciting.
Yes.
And
Who knew that I was going to love cruising in the future? And
the plane.
Okay, but there's one that came up, and Nick, I'm going to have to ask you if you could play it. Because there's one that came up over and over and over again, and I've got to tell you, this one just
This
brings
one your
tears
favorite
to-
over here?
Yes, absolutely.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Yeah. I can be so free.
Okay, if someone took video, they would say, "Oh, y'all are so corny right now."
Oh, man.
Hey, look, Charles from Tacoma makes a good point. Everybody fast forwards through the credits now. We couldn't fast forward. We had to listen to the song.
Yes.
All right, Ursula, we got to get to your words to live by. What you got for us?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Just remember the good times. This is a Bob Marley quote. The good times of today. I don't want to end on this. He says, "Are the sad thoughts of tomorrow." No, I'm not ending on this.
Perfect for nostalgia.
Good times. No, I'm going with another one. Good times become good memories, and bad times become good lessons. That's a better one.
Nick, what's up, man?
Well, aside from extra driver's license rules and dancing mayors, there's some silver linings for us we can fit into our layers, with not only Soundview Little League winning their first big game, but our Mariners following suit and bouncing back from a loss of shame.
Well, we're moving on now. Moving on.
And we hope we added more upside with TV themes today as a warm-up to a fresh Friday on deck for you to hear. Maybe no Jeffersons and Three's Company tomorrow, but we'll still bring the fire tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? I'm going home, and I'm watching Good Times.
And Sanford and Son.
Right now, I'm getting ready to go watch episodes of Good Time. Nick, you killed it today, bro.
Thank you so much. Yes,
Nick,
and all
thank
of you
you.
with your text messages, of your suggestions. I'm going to go download Greatest American Hero and make sure I can just have it on repeat.
Okay, Nick, look, you call the shots. You call the themes, whatever days you want. It could be yacht rock. It could be TV theme songs, whatever you call. I think we should make it, a little fun during the week.
Throw some music games here and there for the fans.
Tomorrow's Fresh Fridays.
Ooh, there could be a theme there.
You know what I mean? All right. Thanks, Ursula. Good show. We'll do this again tomorrow. Chef, thank you for all your work. I think we broke a record with guests on the show today. We definitely did that. Nick, thank you, man.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike show, they're about to pull up next. Make sure you stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, D.R. Horton has the right home for the best value. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
The new All-Pro battery by Steel. Tackle any task with 60% more peak power exclusively. Available only at your local Steel dealer. 60% peak power comparison between AP300PC and AP300S.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest